Sierra and save over $3,500. As always, Brown & Wood is the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty on all new and pre-owned vehicles.
We're located on Greenville Boulevard next to the Convention Center, or shop us online at brownandwoodauto.com.
Guess what, Greenville? Calzones are back. Community Calzone is the only restaurant in town specializing in calzones. Choose from over 50 different calzones, or you design your own with unlimited options, including vegetarian. Community Calzone also features wings, huge salads, and more. Plus, they deliver to almost everywhere in Pitt County. Located on Greenville Boulevard next to Ashley Furniture Warehouse, they're open for lunch, dinner, and late night for dine-in, pickup, or delivery. It's Community Calzone.
Hi, this is Jeff Charles, and welcome inside the booth. Bobby Bowden wasn't very tall, but he was a giant. I'll have some thoughts next.
There are lots of reasons to love the Carolinas. We have awesome beaches, beautiful mountains, great weather, friendly people. We have some of the best teams to root for and the best schools to be a part of. But the one reason above all others to love the Carolinas? Pepsi Cola. Somehow, it just tastes different here. Better. More refreshing. No one can really explain why. All we can guess is, it's better here because it was born here. Pepsi, born in the Carolinas.
There will never be another Bobby Bowden. Coach Bowden passed away at age 91 last month. He compiled 377 wins, only 129 losses, and 4 ties. He won 21 bowl games, 2 national championships at Florida State in 1993 and 1999, plus 12 ACC championships. He was National Coach of the Year 3 times and was inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame in 2006. There's no question the man impacted thousands of lives. He had that bubbly personality. Former ECU Director of Athletics Dave Hart Jr. was with Bowden as AD at Florida State during some of the Seminoles' greatest seasons. And former ECU head coach Art Baker served on Bowden's staff in Tallahassee. Son Terry is still coaching. He's at ULM. A giant in the profession, Robert Kleckler Bowden, one of the all-time greats. Come on back again next time, and we'll visit inside the booth.
This is John Gavigan with the Gavigan Agency. Our top priority is doing what is best for our members. Whether you are buying a new vehicle, a new home, protecting your family with life insurance, or filing a claim, our agency will be there every step of the way. Our goal is to become a trusted advisor for you and your family for all of your personal and commercial insurance needs. Give us a call in Greenville at 756-1400 for a car, home, business, or life insurance quote today, and give us the opportunity to show you the benefits of doing business with someone who cares.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. The following is an exclusive presentation of Pirate Radio, the voice of the pirate nation. Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
You can paint this with purple!
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
All right, it is a lovely day in eastern North Carolina and a great day to talk sports with you on Pirate Radio Live, coming to you on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington, also on 1250 and 930. And you can listen to us online, pr927fm.com, and watch the show on Facebook Live and on YouTube, as you can watch the program there. We got a lot of great stuff up on our YouTube page, panel, including what Mike Houston had to say earlier today at his weekly press conference. You can watch that video on Pirate Radio TV on YouTube. We've got the audio coming your way on this very program. Also, some guests to get to, including coming up at 4 o'clock, the former East Carolina DB, color analyst on the Pirates IMG Sports Network, Kevin Monroe, will get his thoughts on East Carolina's loss to South Carolina on Saturday and the tough trip coming up to Huntington, West Virginia this Saturday as the Pirates take on the Marshall Thundering Herd. So K-Mo will join us at 4 o'clock. At around 4:20 or so, we'll talk to the big man on campus, Jeff Nadu, his thoughts on ECU Marshall from a gambling perspective. Also, look at the other games going on in Week 3 of the college football slate. Not too many headliners, but we'll run over some good games and some bad games that Jeff has found an edge in gambling-wise. So we'll get you ready for week 3 of the college football season in the 4 o'clock hour. At the tail end of the 4 o'clock hour, on into the 5 o'clock hour, we'll talk to Stephen Igloo from Hoist the Colors, as Iggs will join us to recap Mike Houston's press conference, take a look at the depth chart, and talk about what he saw in the South Carolina game and look ahead to Marshall. So our Bud Light EC report with Stephen Igloo on the way at around 4:40 and on into the 5 o'clock hour. All right, Robert Matthews is already chiming in on Facebook Live. He says, Clipper! All right. Steve says, sweet new shirt, Clipper. And you know what, Steve? I have to agree with you. This is a sweet shirt. Check out Chan Man's polo. That's pretty hot as well. As we got some new team gear here at Pirate Radio. Look good, feel good, talk good.
There you go.
How you looking and feeling?
I'm feeling good, and I guess that's because I'm looking good for this new polo shirt.
I guess so. All right, Shirley Rhodes alongside as well. Hello, Shirley.
Hello, Clip.
How are you?
I am fine.
There's a lot of stuff going on in the kitchen. Is there a bunco coming up, Shirley?
Yes, it's bunco night, okay. And I am the hostess, which means I am responsible for the prizes.
Oh.
Hence the bags in the back.
Those presents aren't for me?
Nope, not for you guys.
The hostess
Sorry.
with the mostest, Shirley Rhodes, tonight playing some bunco action. All right, let's get into the rundown today. And you forgot about Zay Jones last night. Well, first of all, what a great Monday Night Football game.
That was unbelievable.
Kind of boring-ish in the first half, and then things really picked up in the second half. Lamar Jackson, if I'm a Ravens fan, I'm probably more excited than I am upset. Week in, week out with Lamar Jackson, I definitely am. He's a former MVP. They go to the playoffs. They have trouble winning in the playoffs. He makes the most spectacular plays and then just some really brutal fumbles for Lamar Jackson last night that hurt his team. I can't even describe everything that went down, but they go to overtime. Derek Carr looked amazing in the fourth quarter, and had Jacobs running the ball. Brian Edwards got going late. Darren Waller hopefully has just been hooked up to oxygen all day today. They used him. He had like literally 20-some targets in the game, I think, last night. But they go to overtime. Raiders are going in. Raiders think they scored a touchdown. Brian Edwards catch, lunges for the goal line. They call it a touchdown. Everybody's celebrating.
And that's the craziest thing is that everybody was on the field giving hugs.
Yeah.
About to swap jerseys and like take pictures with each other's jerseys.
Raiders fans are celebrating first game in Vegas in the regular season. They got confetti.
Hold the phone.
And then they go to the review. They see that he is, and they made the right call. He was just short.
Oh, he was way short. And then it was funny because as they were showing the people on the field congratulating each other, they showed the replay, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, all right, this game is not over. Yeah, it's on the 1 yard line. Just go ahead and put them back on the 1 yard line. They'll punch it in. That's not exactly how it went.
They false start, of course, because they're the Raiders. And then eventually, Derek Carr has Rob Cast disease, throws it 1,000,000 miles per hour.
He swung that ball right off that guy's head.
It was Willie Snead. I get what? It went through his hands, and it hit a Raven in the helmet, probably concussed him. It was coming in so hot. And then the ball's picked off. Ravens can't score. Raiders get it back. And then Shirley Rhodes. Let's hear from the best play-by-play man in sports, Kevin Harlan, on the call right here on Pirate Radio. Walk-off winner for an East Carolina Pirate.
Now Carr is running back on the field, and the field goal unit is coming off.
What in the world is going on out here?
They want to get closer. It's second down and 14. 3:44 to go. The field goal unit was so slow to get on the field, they got to delay a game. So they moved it back to the Baltimore 31. So it's second down and 14. Carr is in the gun. 31-yard line to Baltimore.
What else can happen, Kevin?
I don't know. Let's see. Carr's going to get the shotgun snap. They blitz from the side. It's picked up. He throws an arching pass down the side. It's caught at the 5. Touchdown, Zay Jones. The Raiders have won on a touchdown pass of 31 yards. What kind of blown coverage from the Ravens when Zay Jones was wide open downfield.
That's live by the sword, die by the sword. They went complete man across the board, expecting the Raiders to hand the football off and not throw it in that situation. The Raiders took a chance. Derek Carr bought some time, knowing that they were going to get the all-out blitz. Lost him in the secondary, and Zay Jones comes running wide open, and a great throw by Derek Carr.
There you go. I believe Boomer Esiason,
I want to say yes.
along with Kevin Harlan, on the call last night as the Raiders win it late night walk-off fashion in overtime. And congrats to Zay Jones. 2 catches on the night, 46 yards, but a big 31-yard touchdown to win the game for the Raiders. And you heard it there. I forgot about what led up to that. It went from a decent game to like an all-time game of the year game to in overtime. It looked more like a preseason game with the penalties, with the turnovers, with the Raiders running on and off the field. They were going to kick a game-winning field goal and got to delay a game, so the offense runs back on the field.
It was crazy.
Everybody forgot what they were doing. It just got too late there.
And then when
the Vegas night,
and when the touchdown pass play was happening, when it began, I thought to myself, what is he doing? He just started running
Carr
straight back.
was doing like Madden.
And threw it off his back foot.
Yeah.
And me and my roommate were like, uh-oh, because it looked like he was just throwing it up for it to get picked.
Yeah.
And then I
Little
look
did
and
we know Zay Jones was running free.
And when they panned the camera over, the first thing that came, before he even caught it, I said, Zay Jones! And he caught it, and the rest is history.
Josh Graham knows Zay Jones.
Does he really?
Yeah. He tweeted,
Lucky guy.
Tweeted about it. 435 yards for Derek Carr, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. And Carr had some great things to say about Zay after the game.
Take me through the touchdown pass to Zay Jones. It wasn't to Waller. It wasn't to Ruggs. It wasn't to Edwards. It was to Zay Jones.
That's right. Beautiful thing about that is there was an audible that Coach told me, hey, during the week, if we ever get this look, get ready for this play. And Zay Jones was in. Zay Jones, since he got to our team, every time I asked him when to throw, he's there at 6 a.m. Every time. He's never missed one. So to see him come up with a game winner like that, last 2 times we've been Monday night, he has 2 touchdowns. I hope everyone in the world roots for Zay Jones because he works harder than anybody on our team.
All right, some awesome words there from Derek Carr, and folks around here that know Zay can attest to that, the hard work. And we talked about it yesterday, Coach.
Literally, I was just about to bring it up. As I was listening to Derek Carr talk about Zay Jones last night, I was thinking about, several hours before, his dad being on the Brian Bailey show talking about the hard work that Jeff Connors knew about when Zay Jones was a freshman here. You heard it yesterday that when he came here, he wasn't that fast. He ran a 4.840, but he worked his tail off every single day, and by the time he got out of here, he ran a 4.440 at the combine. And they were just talking about his hard work, and so seeing that several hours later with Derek Carr talking about Zay Jones scoring the game-winning touchdown for the Raiders on Monday night, I thought that was just pretty cool. It's in full circle.
Well, not only that, but Ben Kurt tweeted out, same freshman class at ECU with Zay Jones and was doing the same thing at 17 years old. Saturday mornings, Sunday mornings didn't matter. So that just tells you that his work ethic, it's not something that he started right when he got into the NFL. This is something he's been working at for quite some time.
By the way, NFL teams, if you want to win, draft a Pirate. Have a Pirate on your roster. Zay Jones, winner. Linval Joseph, winner. Deontay Smith, winner. If Jake Verity was on the team instead of the practice squad, the Ravens would have won last night. Or it might have been a tie since Zay was on the other side.
Correct.
Yeah, so no losers.
I thought it was going to be a tie at some point.
And if Ben Kurt wasn't on the practice squad, maybe the Packers would have won.
Maybe they wouldn't have got beat by 35 points. But hey, what do we know?
Put everything the Pirates.
There you go. Get them on your roster. Somebody, Washington needs to sign Justin Hardy right now.
Panthers need to sign Jake Verity
right now. The Panthers, by the way, cut a kicker, and did they pick up one too? Zane
Gonzalez. He was on the Lions practice squad. I remember that name. He played for the Cardinals. I think he actually got a lot of starts for the Cardinals in Arizona, but recently with the Lions practice squad, and then obviously today we cut Santoso. And when you're punting the football on your own or on the opponent's 33-yard line, that means you've given up on your kicker.
Yeah,
that's not good.
Not a good sign.
So when that happened the other day, I told somebody, I said, yeah, that's the end of our kicker. And so we go with Zane Gonzalez, and if he doesn't pan out, I'm telling you, there's a guy named Jake Verity that proved himself this preseason.
Yeah, Gonzalez needs to show improvement in that kicking game, I would say pretty speedy.
Was that supposed to be funny?
You had to let that one marinate for a second.
Injury update. Raheem Mostert gone for the season in San Francisco. Not good news there for the 49ers. Ryan Fitzpatrick likely out 6 to 8 weeks with his rib injury. I mean, I want Fitzpatrick to be healthy, but Heineke might be just as good. I think this is the best thing that could happen. Thank you, Chase, because Fitzpatrick's better when he comes in off the bench. Like, he's not a good starter. We need him to come in for Taylor Heineke and throw for 400 yards and 4 touchdowns, which might be happening in week 9 or 10. So I'm okay with that. Heineke gets the start, and an absolute middle finger of a game from the NFL to all its fans Thursday night when the Giants take on Washington.
I'll be tuned in.
Oh, what a battle that's going to be. Let's see. Any other injury news? There is. I don't want to talk about this. The Saints have 8 members of the organization who have tested positive for COVID. So,
I don't want to talk about that either because the Panthers play them on Sunday.
Oh, yeah. Let's
not talk about that.
Hopefully that's like Jameis Winston's cousin, and I don't know, Sean Payton's third nephew. I hope it's not any of the any people that would keep that game from being played. Tony Dunn with a zinger. I said, make sure you have a Pirate on your roster if you want to win in the NFL. Tony says, don't have a Pirate on your roster on Saturdays if you want to win. Tony!
Wow.
That is not nice at all. That is not nice.
I know he just didn't go there.
He went there, girlfriend.
Tony!
You're not that guy. Trust me. You're not that guy.
All right, we'll talk to Tony Dunn Friday here on Power Radio Live.
We're going to talk to him, all right.
Oh, we're going to give him a talking to, all right. I tell you what, speaking of talking, Peyton Manning may have done a couple of rails before he went on the air last night, because he talked for 4 straight hours, and I watched every single minute of it, and I absolutely loved it. ESPN has not hit a dinger like this since 30 for 30 came out.
Swinging dingers?
The Manning Fest, it was Peyton and Eli in their chairs watching the game, talking about it. It had funny moments, but it had, what they were saying and setting up the plays and why did that just happen and
breaking things down.
It was awesome. It was fantastic. I love it. That is must-see, must-watch TV. I guess if my team's playing, I might watch the regular broadcast. But I don't know. I
was thinking about that last night. I think I'm going to watch them with my team. I want to see them talk about Sam Darnold and Christian McCaffrey and guys like that.
It was fantastic. They also worked in guests. They had Charles Barkley,
Ray Lewis, Travis
Kelce, and Russell Wilson. Russell was really good. He stayed with them throughout overtime. And, of course, Charles was cracking jokes. Ray Lewis, they would ask him a question and then answer it for him. He didn't even really talk that much. Travis Kelce is a good mix of humor and what's on the field, and Russell was there more for the X's and O's stuff, and he was really good too. So they're going to work in guests. Ellerby, we're talking about it off the air. He said they got to get Caliendo in there, right, for Gruden's game.
Yeah,
I'm sure Frank Caliendo will be a guest at some point. Unless, is he still doing stuff with Fox? I don't know if the contract would keep him away.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I know he's been on ESPN a few times in the past few years.
Yeah, he's done the Gruden stuff. That's right.
He's definitely got to be a guest on there, and I know Manny likes him a lot too. So
yeah, it was just awesome. A home run there.
And if you don't know who Peyton Manning is, first of all, what's wrong with you? Second of all, you found out last night that guy loves football. I mean, he just constantly is going over play. You can just tell he probably misses it as well. He just loves talking about football and going over, plays and the X's and O's and breaking things down. And that's the thing I like, is that he is serious, but a lot of it is, two brothers going back and forth and joking with each other.
It was fantastic. I think everybody knows who Peyton Manning is and that he loves football. But if you don't know.
If you don't know.
If you are living in 2021 and don't know who Peyton Manning is, or know who he is, but didn't know that he loved football, last night confirmed that Peyton Manning loved football. Is that what you're saying?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Got it. 10-4.
But when they turn on the TV and go, who is this guy?
First of all, who is this guy? What does he love?
And, man, I have to guess. I think it's football. I think this guy loves football. Something tells me that he used to play because he knows what's going on the field.
Yeah.
And something tells me he was very good at it.
All right. Peyton Manning loves football. That was awesome last night. Look forward to seeing that next Monday night because guess what? The game is brutal. Packers and Lions. Not a good game. But those guys, and I'm interested to see, they got a great game to work with last night. So they were into it. They were all about it. What happens in a blowout? Can they keep it entertaining in a blowout game? I'm going to say yes.
Oh, yeah.
It's not been confirmed yet.
They're not going to stop breaking down things, even though the score's 31-0.
And you hope they have good enough guests also during a blowout to help with some levity in that situation. All right, now on to ECU football. Marshall is a 10-point favorite against East Carolina. What has Marshall done so far this year? They have destroyed every opponent in their path. That includes the Navy midshipmen, who they blow out. It also includes North Carolina Central. So they have not played world beaters by any means, but I think Pirate fans would take what Marshall has done so far this year. 2-0 is a lot better than 0-2. Marshall scored 49 on Navy, 44 on North Carolina Central. That is 93 points. They allowed 7 against Navy, 10 against North Carolina Central. That is 17 points. 93-17 the first 2 weeks of the season for the Herd. They will be at home this weekend, and an old Conference USA rivalry. Had some great games with Marshall. Had some that got ugly, including there in Huntington. So 10-point favorite right now for East Carolina and the Herd.
Yeah, I think about those awesome games at home, especially that one in 2011 or 12 where I tell you what, Shane Carden was the quarterback. It was a quarterback sneak in overtime. We won. It was our 6th win, and we went bowling, and our players rolled the helmets like Marshall did the year prior, indicating that they were going to a bowl. I remember that, but, man, I also remember those late games in Huntington where the games meant so much, especially for that east side of the Conference USA.
Day after Thanksgiving.
And it would be around the Thanksgiving
either
time.
Friday or Saturday.
It would be like a Friday game. And I just remember being very upset as like a 10-year-old, at Thanksgiving dinner table.
Have you ever cried after a sporting event?
Yes, 2009 CUSA Championship game.
Oh, you cried in joy.
I cried in
tears of joy. Have you cried in tears of pain?
Yes. I want to say it was the Arkansas game, Liberty Bowl.
Oh, man. Yeah.
I think I kicked and screamed. And I was a senior in high school when this happened. The UCF Hail Mary.
Yeah.
I sat in my room and literally was kicking things, and I think tears were flowing down my cheek.
Did you listen to the 5th quarter?
Probably not, because I had to go to bed. It was a Thursday night. I had to go to bed and go to school the next day.
I was here after that one. I remember, to tell you how far my Washington fandom has come along, like there was a time as a kid when I'd watch them win Super Bowls. So I just assumed they'd always be good. I remember them losing, I want to say, to the 49ers in the playoffs one year. And I just thought they were going to make the Super Bowl every year. And I remember punching the door and acting like a baby after the game. And then it didn't take me long after that to realize that this team is garbage every year. So now the losses don't affect me that much, although I was pretty upset And I'm still upset about what happened on Sunday. I'm about over it, though, Chandler.
I just realized, but, we were talking about how much time Justin Herbert had. You guys have a great defensive front. Justin Herbert, I think a key in that game was how much time can he have to throw the football. He had a lot of time. I just realized that their left tackle is Slater from Northwestern, the left tackle. Rashawn Slater. And what a great pick. I thought the Panthers were going to pick him up at the 8th pick, but he ends up going to the Chargers, and, man, he's going to be an outstanding offensive lineman and an anchor for that offensive line for years to come.
Chargers look really good. We look bad defensively for much of that game on Sunday. All right, week 3 slate. Not a ton of headliners. Let's see what's on tap for the American. Any good games? UCF Louisville is Friday night. The Knights are a 7-point favorite in that game. Game I'm really looking forward to seeing. Now, Indiana's 1-1. They got blown out by Miami. Still looked at as a good Big Ten team. Came into the season like top 15. Cincinnati has a chance to really prove they are a legitimate top 10 team as they take on Indiana at noon on ESPN. Boston College, a big favorite on the road against Temple. Coming up at noon, Tulsa is 0-2 to start the year. Lost to Oklahoma State last week. They play Ohio State. Buckeyes coming off a loss. They're going to be angry. Jeez. We'll see if they can stick around with the Buckeyes on Saturday. SMU versus Skip Holtz and Louisiana Tech, 3:30 on CBS Sports Network. Memphis is 2-0. They got Mississippi State coming to town at the Liberty Bowl, 4 o'clock on ESPN2. And the Bulldogs are 3-point favorites. Mike Leach on the road. Memphis trying to pick up a big win. Of course, you got the Pirates.
Mississippi State taking care of the Pack on Saturday as well.
Yeah, after Saturday's ECU game, I didn't really even enjoy that one as much as I should have.
Miami App State was great.
That was fun. It was great to see State lose and really just get dominated. Mm-hmm. But I couldn't even enjoy it that much, honestly. Grambling at Houston, Florida A&M at South Florida. 8 o'clock. I like this one a lot. Tulane at Ole Miss. That is on ESPN2. Going to have to find a second screen experience so I can watch that while ECU and Marshall's going on. By the way, folks, I can just watch the Ole Miss game on TV because ECU's not on TV this weekend.
Where are we at, Clip?
Facebook.
What did you say?
Now, this is going to be very confusing to people, and sometimes I get a little irritated when people are like, where's the game? I can't find it. Like, just Google. It's really easy to find out what channel the game's on. This week is not one of those cases. If you don't understand what's going to happen Saturday at 6, I'm with you. This game is not on television, folks. It's on Facebook.
What?
And you hear that, and you're like, yeah, but what channel is it on? It's not on a channel.
What channel is it on?
It's not on a channel. It is on Facebook.
What channel is it on Facebook?
CBS Sports Network on Facebook.
What channel number is that?
See, Chandler, it's not a number. It's letters you have to type in. CBS.
Do I have to have a laptop or something?
You can have a desktop or a phone.
What if I don't have anything?
Then well, first of all, how did you plan on watching it in the first place?
I thought it was going to be on TV.
It's not on TV. It's on Facebook.
Is Facebook on TV?
Facebook is not on TV. Although there is a way to connect your computer to a TV and watch it on TV.
How do I do that?
You can do it through maybe an HDMI cord, or sometimes your laptop will sync up to your TV. Any other questions? About out of answers.
Jeff Charles and Kevin Monroe sound good.
Ric Flair.
Balls out.
Yeah, that's always an option. Just listening to the voice and Kevin Monroe. We are going to get tons of questions on that, and for good reason. This is really dumb in 2021. I guess I shouldn't complain. You can watch it if you want, but you're going to have to watch it on Facebook. It's not on TV.
And once people find it, I'm sure they'll share it out. You can share it out on to your friends.
Yeah.
So that will help too.
Facebook. Kevin says Clip is going to kill Chandler. I would never kill Chandler. I love Chandler. You roast the ones you love, and I do love roasting Chandler. But But no, that was a fun little Q&A there. I hope we helped some people out.
Yeah.
With that.
That was just like a little, walkthrough of what,
But you know what, Kevin? Never say never. I could kill Chandler. I've never killed a man before, or a woman, or an animal on purpose. But my first kill could be Chandler. You ever thought about that, Chandler? If you turn into a serial killer, who would you kill first?
No. I hope nobody had that thought.
That's a weird thought. All right. Moving along. Neither have I, Chandler. All right. MLB playoff race. The Braves were off last night. They have... This thing has gone from Braves were pretty much out of the race to Braves clinched last month to it got tight again, and now Atlanta is up 4.5 games on Philadelphia because the Phillies have really struggled of late. The Brewers continue to run away with it in the Central. The Giants 2.5 up on the Dodgers. And by the way, here's a little bar trivia for you. Who was the first team to clinch a playoff spot in the 2021 MLB playoffs? That answer would be the San Francisco Giants, which absolutely nobody had going into this season. The Dodgers are a lock to make a wild card. The Reds right now in position for that second wild card. They are followed by the Padres and Cardinals by a half game. Phillies and Mets still kind of in it at 2.5 and 3.5 back, respectively. Looking at the AL East, the Tampa Bay Rays 8 up on the Blue Jays, 9 up on the Red Sox and Yankees. What a run Toronto has been on. 9 out of their last 10. They've won 4 in a row. White Sox still dominating the Central, and the Astros up big in the West, although Igloo's Mariners are being feisty. Right now, the Blue Jays have a 1-game lead over the Yankees and the Red Sox. Mariners the Blue Jays have a 1-game lead. The Yankees and Red Sox 2 games up on the Mariners for that last wild card spot. The A's 2.5 back. So there's a look. It really gets lost in the shuffle this time of year. Maybe tonight and tomorrow night, since there's no football on, I'll be a better baseball fan, watch the Braves, watch other games. But once football starts, baseball really gets lost in the shuffle. All right, there is your rundown on a Tuesday edition of Pirate Radio Live. When we return, we'll hear what Mike Houston had to say earlier today at his weekly press conference. A lot of questions from the fans and listeners about Mason Garcia. Mike Houston was asked if he's had any thoughts of putting Mason Garcia in. You will hear that. You'll hear what he had to say about South Carolina and what he's looking forward to when the Pirates take on Marshall on Saturday. It's all ahead on Pirate Radio Live. Back with you after this.
0% alcohol, 0 grams of sugar, full Budweiser flavor. For all the moments you want a beer and need to stay on your game. Budweiser Zero. 0 alcohol, 0 compromise.
Be sure to check out David Price Construction for all of your commercial or custom residential renovation and building needs. Run by ECU alumni, David Price Construction specializes in commercial projects, maintenance on facilities, and large-scale residential renovations and additions. Proud to be voted the Remodeler of the Year by the Home Builders Association of Raleigh-Wake County in 2018 and Best Business Commercial Remodel Project winner for 2020. David Price Construction, the proud ECU Home Services partner.
UBE and PirateWear.com has all your back-to-school needs and is the place to shop for students of all ages. They carry ECU notebooks, binders, and backpacks, as well as umbrellas and rain jackets for that eastern North Carolina weather. And don't forget about their textbook department, where you can rent, buy, or sell your books year-round. And they also price match. And visit their social media pages, where there's almost always a Win It Wednesday going on throughout the school year. Stop by UBE or PirateWear.com, where there's new shipments arriving daily with lower prices than their competitors. Proud to be serving the Pirate Nation for over 50 years.
Down East Wood Ducks Baseball is back for the final series of the season. Come out Friday, September 17th for a spectacular fireworks show. Get your tickets now at woodducksbaseball.com. See you at Granger Stadium for Wood Ducks Baseball. Go Woodies! Hello, Pirate Nation. This is Bram Anderson from Tiebreakers, and we are excited to announce that we will be opening our second location in Winterville soon. Right now, our growing company is hiring team members for all positions for both locations. We need managers, bartenders, servers, cooks, and dishwashers. If you're looking for an opportunity to be on a fun and exciting restaurant team, then come see us today. Apply in person at Tiebreakers at Bells Fork. Check us out at tiebreakersnc.com.
Do you have any real estate questions about buying or selling residential or commercial properties? Are you curious about this current real estate market? Do you need a property manager for all your rental houses? This is proud ECU alum Scott Harris with RE/MAX Preferred Realty and SD Harris Properties, and I would love to help answer every question you have and show you a real estate experience that will be memorable and enjoyable. Every step of the way, I'm here to make your dreams a stress-free reality. Call me today at 347-1857. That's 347-1857. Go Pirates.
For years, Callie Ann Phelps has been singing about Phelps Chevrolet.
Phelps Chevrolet is the one for you. Low prices, service too. See the big dealer right away. Carolina's finest, Phelps Chevrolet.
And you'll agree with what Skylar Phelps has to say.
Nobody beats Phelps Chevrolet's prices. Nobody.
The name you can depend on. Phelps Chevrolet.
Get you one.
Find new roads with Chevrolet. Then come find yours at Phelps Chevrolet in Greenville.
Chico's Mexican Restaurant is where the fiesta never ends. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's every Wednesday for shrimp tacos for only $9.99. Plus Wednesdays means all Mexican imports for only $2.50. Thursdays, enjoy your favorite beef, chicken, or vegetable fajitas for only $9.99. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's in downtown Greenville, and now available through DoorDash, featuring a half gallon of the famous margarita mix to go for only $9.99. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
This is Big John Williams, strength and conditioning coach for East Carolina football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. You've worked hard to start your business and are working even harder to make it successful, and that's why it's important to have a bank in your corner when you need them. As the business world throws you curveballs, Select Bank & Trust is here to be responsive to your needs. Select Bank's teams of local bankers can make local decisions and cares about you, the customer. Get the business services that are right for your business today with Select Bank & Trust. Bank local, bank select. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip Brock.
Alrighty, back with you on Pirate Radio Live. Some crappy news today in the world of comedy. Norm Macdonald passed away. If you are a fan of very offensive jokes and not offended by those jokes, you should YouTube the show he used to do where he'd write very offensive jokes and make his guests read them. It was very uncomfortable and absolutely hilarious. You can check that out. You probably remember him from Saturday Night Live.
One of the many Weekend Update anchors.
I loved his just deadpan and
he had such a dry delivery.
It was very influential on what I think is funny.
I know him as Turd Ferguson.
Yeah, did Burt Reynolds on Saturday Night Live. Did his ESPYs. Remember the ESPYs, which is still a thing, I guess, but nobody cares anymore. That was really cool when I was coming up in the 90s. He hosted the ESPYs and did a monologue, a joke set to start the show. And basically they changed the entire show after that because he did some OJ jokes and some jokes about like Scandinavian women looking like men in the Olympics and all this stuff. And they completely changed that.
They said, whoa.
And got a lot safer. So he go back and watch his ESPYs set as well.
And he was the king of, I guess you could say from a comedic standpoint, of the Jim Rome pause.
Oh, yeah.
Because he would let a joke just marinate and just go, and you just have to wait for it. He'd sit there and wait for it, just, And I'm trying to remember if it was him or Kevin Nealon that used to say the line, he would just throw it in for no apparent reason, and that's why Germans love David Hasselhoff. And I cannot remember if it was Kevin Nealon or if it was Norm Macdonald that did it.
Kevin Nealon was great as well as just the
Kevin Nealon.
The kind of the deadpan, the awkward, kind of cringy joke. I don't know how to even describe it, but it was just so good. I loved it. All right, so R.I.P. to Norm. Also had a great roast. I think it was Bob Saget's roast that he did. That was really good. All right, let's move on and talk football. Need the Pirates to escape the casket, rise from the dead. I don't know.
They need to do something.
This Saturday when they take on Marshall. Mike Houston spoke earlier today at his weekly press conference. Let's hear his opening comments.
You know, obviously the players and the staff are disappointed in not being able to pull out a win on Saturday against South Carolina. But you know, I'm just very pleased with the effort that our players played with. I'm pleased with the physicality that we played with. I'm pleased with how hard we competed. You know, I think we've continued to show improvement, and obviously there's some things we need to do better. But you're playing an SEC team at home that has an SEC roster, and they were very talented. And I thought our kids played their dang tails off and gave us a chance to win. And we just did not make the plays there in the fourth quarter to win the ball game. And we put ourselves in a position to win it. But you know, had opportunities to put the game away, I thought, you know, there right before the half. And you know, obviously the interception return for a touchdown was a big momentum swing in the ball game. I thought we fought back and you know, got back in control there in the fourth quarter. But you know, a good drive there to end it, and you know, pretty clutch kick. So disappointed in the loss, but you know, our focus is completely on Marshall. A very good Marshall football team right now. Excited for the matchup this Saturday in Huntington, West Virginia. I expect it to be a pretty hostile environment. I think there's just a lot of history between the two programs, and obviously they're off to a great start, averaging 46 points a game in their 2-0 start to the season. So we have a great challenge going up there this Saturday.
Pirates have faced two stingy defenses. I'm not going to say two good teams, because I don't think South Carolina is going to be a good team in 2021. But, you know, pretty tough defensively. And now another test coming up with Marshall on Saturday. And Stephen Igloo asked Coach Houston if the issues have been on ECU side, on the tough defenses they faced, a little bit of both. Mike Houston spoke to that.
Well, I mean, I think some of the issues are the personnel we faced. Some of the other issues are, you know, it's a variety of things. You can look at Holton. I mean, I know a lot of people want to blame him for everything, but that's not the case. I mean, I think that certainly there's some things he can do better. I think there's, you know, half a dozen decisions he can be more disciplined with that puts us in better situations. But I think we've also got to play better around him. You know, you had some drops there on Saturday on some big downs. You know, you had a couple of times where they got some pressure on him when we had receivers open. So I think that we've got to do a better job altogether of execution. Now, I did think we did some better things. I thought our offensive line played much better on Saturday. I thought we did a really good job in the run game most of the day. Able to get Rajay and Keaton, you know, open a little bit more than we did in the opener in running the football. So I think it's a combination of things. But I do know this, you know, standing on that field, you know, those corners that they had, their front seven, you know, there were plays that we would have, and just the speed of their defense would just erase them. You know, what you would think was going to be a 12-yard gain would be a 3-yard gain. What you would think was going to be a first down would be a fourth down. You know, I thought Snead had the first down on the sideline right here in the third quarter, and all of a sudden, I mean, it just gets erased. And so there's a reason why those guys are, you know, playing in that conference. You know, there's a reason why, you know, those ends are, you know, going to be very high draft picks, and why they're so highly rated coming out of high school.
All right, Mike Houston there. Also talked about the Elijah Morris injury. Morris was in a boot at practice last week, folks saw and relayed to me, but was dressed out Saturday, did not play, I don't believe, in the game on Saturday. And Mike Houston spoke more about what happened with Elijah Morris.
It happened on the last snap of last Tuesday's practice. So, I tell you what, now it's a tough kid. I mean, at first, the athletic staff said there's no way. By the end of the week, we did dress him. I was concerned going into that game just of, turning what was a minor injury into something significant because of, the position he plays and the physicality at that position. So, the other guys played very well. So that gave us the ability to give him just a little bit more time. So he should be full go this week.
All right, that is some good news. Good news for Elijah Morris. Mike Houston also was asked, can you gain any confidence? Can the team gain confidence despite the 0-2 start?
Well, I do think there's some confidence gained from the way that we competed and played, especially on the defensive side of the football. In a game like that, everything gets magnified. The kickoff return in the fourth quarter is obviously a huge play. It's one play, but it's a huge play because it set up a field goal for them to tie the ball game. Not getting into the end zone there in the fourth quarter, when Snead's knee touches down. It's one play, but it's a huge play that gets magnified. The screen pass right before the half, it's one play, but it's a huge play. So I think there's a lot of positives coming out of that game. I think there's a lot of individual plays that get magnified in a very close loss when, one thing goes our way, you win the ball game. And there's a big difference in 1-1 and 0-2, right now where our program is.
All right, Brian Bailey asked and brought up the last game of 2020 against SMU, and you're reviewing film from the losses, trying to get better, and he said, do you go back to that game and see what went right and how the offense was flying around, defense had a good performance? Do you look back at that and try to repeat that moving forward?
Well, I think we're all trying to to find that magic, and you're all trying to find that execution. There's some pieces that aren't here that were here last year, but the bulk of them are here. The bulk of our roster is that played in that ball game is on the field right now for us. So the challenge is just for us to play better. Like I said in the answering the first question, we've played against two really good defenses, and that was a challenge on Saturday. But obviously, we have to play much better, and we've got to score points. If we want to do the things that we want to do.
All right, Mike Houston, after the loss to South Carolina, he spoke earlier today. Let's hit one more and we'll take a timeout and we'll play some more audio from Mike Houston. He talked about his young defensive line. Rick DeBrew out the first half of the first game. Elijah Morris out at South Carolina has made opportunities for other guys to get in and get some good playing time on the D-line. He spoke on that.
Well, I think they're going to continue to grow. They're going to continue to improve. They're going to continue to gain confidence, the more they play and the more they have success. And, I thought Xavier Mciver, that's probably his most extensive playing time. I thought he played really well right there in the middle. You got 650 pounds or so leaning on you all day long. That's not easy. So I thought he held his own in there. I thought Surad really did some good things on Saturday. I think, he's a guy that probably needs to play a little bit more. I thought D'Angelo McKinney, did some really good things at times. So, all those guys are going to continue to improve the more they get to play.
All right, Mike Houston there. We will take a timeout, come back. We'll hear what Mike Houston had to say about Igloo's question about Mason Garcia, and he thought of putting him in the game when the offense is struggling. That and more on the way when we return on Pirate Radio Live here on a Tuesday. We're back with you after this.
You've worked hard to start your business and working even harder to make it successful. And that's why it's important to have a bank in your corner when you need them. This is former ECU baseball player Ashley Capps from Select Bank and Trust. And as the business world throws you curveballs, we're here to be responsive to your needs. Our team of local bankers can make local decisions and cares about you, the customer. Get the business services that are right for your business today with Select Bank and Trust. Bank local, bank select, member FDIC.
Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsay Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
Tommy's Express Car Wash is the car wash Greenville is talking about. At the corner of Red Banks Road and Greenville Boulevard, this state-of-the-art wash will keep your car looking great. And now Tommy's has just launched its new 2.0 Tommy's Express app. And anyone who downloads the app now will receive 30 free days of washing with their top-of-the-line wash, the Works Wash. Download the Tommy's Express app now by going to your app store or visit them on location, open 7 days a week at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Holt Nailers, and I couldn't do my job without my offensive line keeping me safe. Make sure your employees are safe by using ArcPoint Labs for your medical testing needs. From pre-employment testing to COVID test, ArcPoint Labs is there to serve Eastern North Carolina with accurate, reliable, confidential testing. Schedule an appointment at any of their 6 Eastern North Carolina locations or visiting them online at arcpointlabs.com. Go Pirates!
Do you suffer from pain, anxiety, or sleeping issues? Eastern Healthcare has a solution for you. Eastern Healthcare is the premier CBD store with retailer quality products to help with any ailment you might have. They carry nationally recognized brands such as Curative's Delta 8, CBD Distillery, and Charlotte's Web with a wide variety of delivery systems.
This is Adam from Eastern Healthcare. Come visit our store at 2245 Stantonburg Road across from Vidant Hospital or call 227-4199. Eastern Healthcare. Wellness starts here.
I'm Sam Jones, and for more than 3 generations, my folks have kept the fires burning for Eastern North Carolina Whole Hog Barbecue. At Sam Jones, you'll find our smokehouse pumping out wood-fired meats, cooked fresh every single day. There are no freezers at our place. Everything, and we mean everything, is made fresh daily, including our sides, sweets, and sauces. Stop in and see us, and I bet you'll be able to taste our passion in just one bite. At Sam Jones Barbecue, you'll find plenty of smoke, but no mirrors.
Every team knows that the two-point play can be a winning move. That's why I'm here. State Farm agent Timothy Sawyer and my team are here to help you go for 2 by combining your home and auto insurance. It's a great call that saves you time and money. So go for the win and score some savings by combining your home and auto. It's just another way we're here to help life go right. Call me, Timothy Sawyer, at 493-0002 today.
Hey, Troy D here for my friends at Villa Verde. If you know me, you know I love being outside, but finding a good place to eat outside can sometimes be tough. Well, our pals at Villa Verde have fixed that. Not only does Villa Verde have awesome, unique, one-of-a-kind dishes here in Greenville, they also have a brand new outside dining area. And this outside area is sweet. It's covered, you're in the shade, and cooling fans are on. Enjoy the comfort and relaxation of dining outside with our friends at Villa Verde. Villa Verde on 10th Street, a platform for good.
Hi, this is Morgan Ehlers, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Are you in outside sales and looking for an opportunity to increase your earning potential? CopyPro has been in Eastern North Carolina for over 45 years and continues to grow each year, and they are in need of more sales professionals with a desire to potentially make a 6-figure income. Do you have what it takes? Visit copypro.net today to submit your resume and to learn more. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip Rock.
Back with you on Pirate Radio Live on a Tuesday. More Mike Houston in just a moment. At 4 o'clock, we'll talk to Kevin Monroe. Maybe I'll save these stats for Kevin Monroe. Got some really ugly numbers, some stats to consider for ECU's offense in 2021, how they rank amongst the 130 FBS teams. We'll discuss that with KMO at 4 o'clock. Let's, Shirley, here, cut 11. We get tons of calls on this. When people ask why another quarterback isn't coming into the game, all I can tell them is Mike Houston and Donnie Kirkpatrick are not ready to put another quarterback in the game. They think Holton gives them the best chance to win. That is not the answer people want to hear, but that is the reality. That is the answer. Mike Houston was asked directly today by Stephen Igloo, is there any thought of putting in Mason Garcia when the offense is struggling like they did on Saturday? Here was his response.
Well, I mean, I think that you have an experienced quarterback in a challenging game against a very talented defense out there on the field. I think that obviously, we're continuing to develop Mason, and there will be a day when he is the starting quarterback here, and there might be situations where he plays this year. But I think you got to be careful with that because you want to make sure that you take advantage of every possession, and I think that Holton right now gives us the best chance to win.
There you go, from Mike Houston. So again, after the game on Saturday, you're free to call in and say whatever you want, but you can say, I want to see a different quarterback in. Okay, but if you ask, why is there not another quarterback in, you just heard the answer right there. And I guess we can just keep playing that clip if people ask, why is Holton Ahlers still in the game? There's not, according to the coaches, a better option to put in at this moment that will make the offense run and lead East Carolina to winning football games. So asked and answered there. Again, I know you don't like the answer for some of you who want to see a different quarterback in the game, but that is the answer. We cannot force the coaches to say something that we want them to say. And we can't individually please everybody and have them hear the words that they want said. So that's kind of the case with that. Moving along, let's hear one more as he talks about Holton Ahlers. Cut 7, Shirley, his thoughts on Holton Ahlers and how he is throwing from the pocket.
I mean, I think that I've seen him make some really good throws. The frustrating thing is some of the throws that he put on the money that we didn't come up with a catch on Saturday. I think I've seen some situations where he just needs to have a little bit more discipline with his decision making. And he's, Donnie points it out to him in film. But it's not everything, on him. I think, it's the reality of the position is this. And I told him this when I got hired. When things are going well, he's going to get a lot of the credit, even when he doesn't deserve a lot of it. When things aren't going well, he's going to get a lot of the blame because he touches the ball every snap, and that's just part of being a quarterback. So, he's motivated to play better. He's motivated to help lead us to victory. So I know that he'll get those things corrected.
All right, there is Mike Houston on Holton Ahlers and this East Carolina offense. Let's here cut 12, Shirley. Coach Houston was asked, looking back, if he saw any opportunities to be more aggressive offensively.
Well, I mean, I think that there's lots of opportunities where there were some things called that for one reason or another didn't work out. I think that, we're fairly aggressive there at the beginning of the ball game. I think we were very aggressive in the fourth quarter. We went forward on 4th and 14, basically in the red zone right there. I mean, that's pretty freaking aggressive. So, you play the game to win. I wish we'd have hit CJ on the post route, but Holton's getting hit in the face. He couldn't get the throw off. So, I know this. Our kids want to win. Our coaches want to win, and so they're out there trying to score every possession.
Mike Houston, head football coach of the East Carolina Pirates, there at his weekly press conference. We still got more cuts to get to in hour 2 and 3 of today's show. But when we return, kicking off hour number 2, Kevin Monroe, color analyst on the Pirates IMG Sports Network, will join us. You also remember Kevin from his playing days in the secondary with East Carolina. He's got to be happy with what he saw on the defensive side of the ball. We'll also ask him about the issues on the offensive side of the ball when Kevin Monroe joins us. When we return on Pirate Radio Live, we are back with you after this. The best place for delicious food and great prices is Familia. Familia has something for everyone, like New York-style pizza, lasagna, chicken, veal, or eggplant parmesan, homemade meatballs, plus a variety of seafood selections and favorites, like the steak burger and southern pork chop. If you need food to go, Familia's drive-thru window is open and ready for all takeout orders. Familia, Fire Tower Road near Pitt Community College, and FamiliaNC.com.
Save lives, be a hero, and make $1,000 your very first month donating plasma at Grifols Biomat USA. At Grifols, it adds up fast. New donors can earn up to $1,000 in your very first month. It's the easiest way to make extra money. Start now at Biomat USA, 505 South Memorial Drive, Greenville. Find your donor center at grifolsplasma.com. Make up to $1,000 in a month and save lives now at Grifols Biomat USA. A better donor experience and better pay.
At US Cellular, we believe you should get more of the latest 5G technology for less of your hard-earned money. Right now, get up to $1,200 off any 5G phone. The choice is yours. Any of our 5G phones with no trade-in or hidden fees. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
Now that life is returning to normal, we have found a lot of good things that came from the pandemic. One of them is not having to go to the wireless store anymore. The Cellular Warehouse team has been in the business of delivering phones to your home and office for 20 years. People found out about our free delivery service and love the ease of getting a new phone, tablet, or hotspot. Call Toby Williams today at 252-799-7051 so you can start experiencing the joy of never going to a wireless store again. Cellular Warehouse, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent.
Do you suffer from allergies, asthma, or any other sinus problems? Perhaps professional cleaning of your air ducts could help. Family owned and operated in Winterville for over 22 years, Carolina Quality Air was the first certified duct cleaning company in Eastern North Carolina. From residential to commercial, they can handle any size job, big or small, including our studios here at Pirate Radio. Carolina Quality Air uses a sanitizer that kills mold in your ductwork and over 100 viruses, including the coronavirus. Visit them online at carolinaqualityair.com.
It's bow time. We put a whole lot of love into a Bojangles sausage and egg biscuit bundle of joy. First, we coddle our fluffy scratch biscuits until they're softer than an only child. Then we shower sausage patties with bold seasoning and genuine compliments. And finally, we tuck that food baby into a warm blanket of fluffy egg. Get 2 sausage and egg biscuits for just $4. 'Cause if it's breakfast time, it's bow time.
University PC Care has been the Pirate Nation's go-to IT expert since 2006. Your office deserves a proactive tech support approach instead of always reacting to issues after the damage is done. You need BizCare. BizCare tech support and cybersecurity plans keep you ahead of potential issues and much safer from cyber threats like ransomware. What's at your office? Call William today to schedule your free BizCare consultation or learn more at universitypccare.com.
Hey Pirates, this is Holt Nailers. A big part of my success on the field is what I eat at home. To keep my body filled up, I order meals off a Clean Eats meal plan. I choose the meals I want from 6 different meals offered each week, and I pick them up on Sunday or Monday at the cafe on Red Banks Road. Each meal is packed with the perfect mix of healthy proteins, carbs, and veggies to keep my engine running at full speed. Go to cleaneats.com, click on meal plans, or stop by the cafe and get all the info. Clean Eats and the Pirates, a winning combination.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, W224EI Greenville, WDLX Washington, and W281CH Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Save lives, be a hero, and make $1,000 your very first month donating plasma at Grifols Biomat USA. Start now at Biomat USA on 505 South Memorial Drive. A better donor experience and better pay. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Eastern North Carolina's choice for window tinting, signs, graphics, wraps, graphic design, and more is Signs and Tint. Be sure to stop by their office at 801 Staten Road in Greenville, or you can book an appointment online at signsandtint.com. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip Braun.
Back with you on Pirate Radio Live. did mention this a moment ago with some games coming up, week 3 college football. Let's play Guess the Line real quick. Chandler, you can just holler out your answer. What do you think the spread is on Georgia hosting South Carolina? Shirley, what do you got? Guess the line, Georgia, South Carolina.
I'm going to go. You want to go first? Go ahead.
12.5.
Oh, boy.
I'm going to go minus 31, Georgia.
Have you seen it?
No, I have not. I swear.
31. That's pretty impressive, Chandler. 31. That kind of tells you, well, it tells you a couple things. It
tells me I can't do math, apparently.
It tells you that.
Georgia's really good, and they're at home.
They just held Clemson to 3 points.
3 points.
And South Carolina can't move the ball.
No.
It's could get ugly.
Do they have Doty back this week is the biggest question if you're a Gamecock fan.
I have a question. Does it matter?
Not really.
No. I'm going to say no. 31 in a SEC game. That kind of tells you where South Carolina is in the pecking order there in the Southeastern Conference. We'll get Kevin Monroe on in just a minute, and said he needed a couple minutes while we're waiting on hooking up with him. Not that you need to hear these numbers because you've witnessed it the first 2 weeks of the season, but East Carolina nationally, out of 130 FBS teams, ranks 110th in rush offense, 70th in pass offense, pass efficiency 102nd, total offense 108th, scoring offense 113th, first down offense 116th. Just some brutal offensive numbers. Passes intercepted 106th, third down percentage 127th.
Yeah, I knew that was going to be up there.
Right now, ECU 21.9% on third down.
What were the Pirates on third down on Saturday? 2 for 16.
Yeah, I believe that's it.
Not going to get it done.
Defensive numbers, well, some of them are a little better, but rushing defense 90th, pass defense 86th. Most of that coming from week 1 against Appalachian State. So, yeah, the numbers do not lie. ECU is first in the nation in fourth down defense. They've not allowed a fourth down. Now, I don't know how many teams have tried, but they are first in that category. Kamo says he's ready, Shirley Rhodes, if you could hook that up. We'll talk to Kevin Monroe coming up a little later on this hour. We'll visit with the big man on campus, Jeff Nadu, and at the tail end of the hour, Stephen Igloo from hoistthecolors.net, who said he was going to make an announcement. He said, will he be in studio for the Bud Light pregame tailgate? Will he be on the phone in Huntington coming to us live from Marshall on Saturday, or will he be going to Alaska to his igloo? We're going to find out when he joins us later on this hour on Pirate Radio Live. But right now, we will talk to former East Carolina DB, the current color analyst on the Pirates IMG Sports Network, calls the action alongside the voice Jeff Charles. He is Kevin Monroe joining us once again. Kevin, we appreciate your time, man. How you doing today?
I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking.
Kevin, on Saturday, after our pregame show, I was in the car driving home, and I heard the most beautiful phrase in sports, and that's Kevin Monroe screaming, "Ball's out!" And love to hear that, Kevin. The Pirate defense was able to force some turnovers, play winning football. The offense just didn't hold up their end of the bargain on Saturday, Kevin. How would you break down East Carolina's 20-17 loss against the Gamecocks?
It was frustrating. I'll just say that, in terms of playing an SEC team in Daddy-Ficklin Stadium, I don't know that we'll ever play one more beatable than South Carolina this past Saturday. They just, for whatever reason, their quarterback situation's in kind of disarray right now, and the Dottie kid that came into the season that was supposed to be the starter must still be having foot problems because he didn't play. And the Nolan kid, bless his heart, he just wasn't very accurate. He wasn't very good. And so I think they ended up the game 2 for 12 or something like that on third downs, or at least that's what they were through most of the fourth quarter. And they just were pretty inept at converting third downs, and our defense played pretty well. And so based on that, I just hope that we would figure it out. I just hope that we would figure out a way offensively just put up enough points to outlast them to get that victory. 'Cause that would have been a big program win. I mean, regardless of what, if South Carolina wins another game this season, no one will know that, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, when you say you beat South Carolina at home. So,
right.
Offensively, they just couldn't get it done. Defensively, I thought they played pretty well. That's about all I have to say. I don't know what South Carolina didn't deserve the win, in my opinion. I think the Pirates just didn't find a way to win it.
Kevin, we got a ton of calls after the game, and there were so many fingers to point. We ran out of them with the callers, where you could blame the offensive coordinator, you could blame the quarterback, you could blame the drops, blame the O-line. It was pretty much everywhere, but a lot of questions about, why has another quarterback not gotten in the game? And let's go back, Shirley, to Mike Houston from earlier today. He was asked by Stephen Igloo, is there any thought of putting in Mason Garcia when Holton Ahlers is struggling? Cut 11, Shirley. Here's what he said earlier today.
Well, I mean, I think that you have an experienced quarterback in a challenging game against a very talented defense out there on the field. I think that obviously, we're continuing to develop Mason, and there will be a day when he is the starting quarterback here, and there might be situations where he plays this year. But I think you got to be careful with that, because you want to make sure that you take advantage of every possession, and I think that Holton right now gives us the best chance to win.
Kevin, when callers call in and say, if their statement is, I wish we'd see another quarterback, we'll say, okay, thanks for the call. If they ask the question, why is Holton Ahlers not being replaced at quarterback, all I can answer is Mike Houston thinks he gives him the best chance to win. He just said it in his own words there. So Holton Ahlers is his guy and Donnie's guy, at least for the near future, Kevin. And they're just not ready right now, for whatever reason, to go to somebody other than him at QB, it appears.
So I'll say this. I'll say the one game, I think there was one game last year that Mason Garcia either started or played a bunch in.
The Navy game when Holton couldn't play, yeah.
Okay, and I will say he did not look ready. He looked like he had a big, strong arm. He ran the ball well, but there was some indecision. There were some wayward passes. He didn't look like he was ready to be the guy. Now, that being said, that was his true freshman year a year ago. So he had the remainder of that year, spring ball, the off season, preseason, and this fall to be, just a little bit better than that. Because I don't think he was bad. I just think he needed to develop a little bit more, get a better grasp of the offense. The offense hasn't changed over last year. So either he can't grasp it, or we just don't want to put him in. And so I don't know the answer to either one of those things.
Yeah.
And if he can't grasp it, then why don't we cut it down some for him? Why don't we cut the playbook in half and do what he can do? When the offense sputters, I just wonder if seeing a different look, seeing a different person makes a difference. It may not. He may be worse than Holton when Holton's at his worst,
right?
And that's not going to help anybody. When Holton's at his best and he's in a rhythm, he's pretty doggone good. But when he struggles, you'd like to have an option, and it sounds like they don't think we have an option right now.
That's kind of the reality of the situation, at least coming from their mouths, coming from Mike Houston's mouth earlier today at his press conference. And Ahlers' numbers were bad on Saturday, and again, you can kind of go to other places as well. There were drops. Kevin, C.J. Johnson just has not been involved in the offense at all through 2 games. They did get Snead 5 catches, but I think his yards was somewhere in the 30s. Just really I don't know, the passing game just doesn't like a threat at all. They got Rajay running pretty good on a drive on Saturday, but the passing game just has not been scary for opposing defenses thus far.
In my opinion, we've not tried hard enough to get Tyler Snead the ball. He had 5 catches. I want to say most of those were in the second half. I don't think he had any in the first half. Obviously he threw the big touchdown at the beginning of the game. But in terms of catching the ball, I don't think he had a catch in the first half. And he gets open. Like, you watch Tyler Snead run routes, he gets open. Now, he did have one drop himself, and there were some drops. I wouldn't say all the drops were, that would have been a first down, or that would have been a touchdown. I think most of the drops were underneath, bullets across the middle. Not Holton's fault. They should have been caught. but I don't know that they result in the first downs. You know, they were third downs where things happened, the guys missed the ball, but they were short of the first down anyway. So I don't know if I'm ready to blame the drops necessarily, but I think we just have to find a way. And I've heard Coach Kirkpatrick say that Tyler Snead is the best offensive player we have. If that's how he feels, I feel like you have to design for him to get 5 to 10 touches every half. And whatever that means, you have to do it. And so CJ's another thing. CJ, he lines up wide. You know, they put their best corner on him. He doesn't have a whole lot of separation speed. He's not often open, in my opinion. But Tyler Snead, I think, is always open, and I'm just a little bit perplexed as to why we don't get the ball to him more often.
Kevin, let's talk about a bit of a brighter spot from Saturday. And look, South Carolina is not going to set the world on fire offensively in 2021. No, we know that, but they can run the football. They had a 1,300-yard rusher last year and have been able to push people around with their O-line and talented backs and run. ECU, Kevin, we criticized the tackling after week 1 at App State. And I think I even said to you, I hope that's a week 1 thing that can get better. That got better week 2, and the defense as a whole looked better week 2. And again, you can take away from the opponent offensively, but that was a much more inspired defensive effort from the Pirates week 2, Kevin.
I do agree with that. I don't want to take anything away from the defense. I think they showed up. They tackled well. They made plays behind the line of scrimmage. They were a force. They caused turnovers. All those things. I'll just say this: South Carolina couldn't pass the ball effectively.
Yeah.
When you have a team that can't pass the ball effectively, you put 7 or 8 in the box and you dare them to pass the football. And so on every third down, when it was time to pass the ball, he threw an errant pass. There was a drop. Something broke down, and they did nothing. So the Pirates knew they were getting run. First down, second down, third and short, third and medium. And the only time they got passed was third and long for the most part. And so they were ready for run. That won't work against a Marshall team that can run and throw, or against a Cincinnati team that can run and throw. So you have to be able to play defense like that when you're having to protect for everything.
Yeah.
I'm hoping they can do that, but I don't want Pirate fans to think, okay, we're good to go as far as stopping the run. We'll stop the run now against whoever we play. I don't know. I want to see them stop the run against an offense that can do it all.
Very good point. Kevin Monroe joining us on the Fixed NC Live line. And Kevin, I'm not going to say the phrase it doesn't get any easier. I think it definitely gets tougher for East Carolina this week against Marshall. They've beat some bad teams, a struggling Navy team and North Carolina Central, but they've rolled up 93 points. They've allowed 17 points all of 2021. So they have dominated. First-year head coach, quarterback returning, though, and he can sling it around. So this is tough, Kevin. I mean, there's a reason they're 10-point favorites coming up on Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, Grant Wells is averaging 341 through the air a game. He's completing almost 70% of his passes. You got a few running backs that can run the ball well. Offensively, they're solid. As you said, NC Central probably not great right now. Navy struggling a little bit. So we don't know that. We don't know what we've seen. It was kind of similar to going into the last game against South Carolina when you saw what their defense did against Eastern Illinois.
Right.
Eastern Illinois didn't get a single first down. You're like, wow, I mean, Eastern Illinois is really bad. But then the Pirates got 2 for 15 on third down conversions. So you're like, oh, wait a minute. I guess they are really good on defense at South Carolina, and they were. And so we'll have to see what we get from Marshall. But we know Marshall can play. We know Tulane can play. We know the next several games. I don't know a whole lot about Charleston Southern, but we know the next several teams that we play, can play offense and defense. And so the Pirates, I appreciate how much they grew between game 1 and game 2 defensively. And if they keep on that same road, they're going to be really good on defense by the end of the year. But I think it took a step back offensively, and that scares me a little bit. So I'd love to see them put together a complete game this coming Saturday.
Kevin Monroe joining us. Kevin, we'll let you run. Always appreciate your input, your thoughts on Pirate football. And I will say, Kevin, long post-game show Saturday, but I woke up, the sun came up on Sunday, had a pep in my step, and then I saw Washington punt from the opposing team's 40-yard line, and I'm angry all over again at football. I need something good to happen in my football life, Kevin.
Listen, I told the wife, I was like, I need to win. I can't. I mean, Thursday night, the way it ended for the Cowboys, Saturday, the way it ended for the Pirates, it's just things weren't going very well. So, this is a new week. We'll see what happens. You guys got a game on Thursday night against the Giants. I think you can definitely win. Taylor Heineke or whoever. The Giants. So So we'll see how it goes.
Hey, you said something kind of nice there. I'll say your Cowboys offense is the real deal, Kevin. Maybe the defense is better, but we'll see. I don't think Philly's going to win the division. They look good week 1, but I think it'll be one of our guys. We'll see. Kevin, appreciate you joining us, man. We'll talk again soon with you.
Appreciate it, man.
All right. Kevin Monroe will be on the call live from Huntington, West Virginia, coming up on Saturday as the Pirates take on the Thundering Herd. And I'm with Kevin there. Like, I'm happy what the Pirates were able to do defensively, but South Carolina was absolutely brutal offensively. Good defensively, but they got nothing to offer on offense. That's going to hurt them when they go to Athens, Georgia, coming up this Saturday. And Marshall is, I think if Marshall and South Carolina played, I would take Marshall to win that game by 7 to 14 points, just as I'm taking Marshall to beat East Carolina by 10 to 17 points on Saturday. I'll let the cat out of the bag on that one. All right, let's take a timeout. When we return, Jeff Nadu will give his thoughts on East Carolina. And it might sound like this conversation just sounded. Maybe even worse. We'll see. When we visit with the big man on campus to talk Pirates and Herd. Also, all the other action going on week 3 in college football. More to go after this.
On Saturdays, your team needs you. Your sofa needs you. And you need a Jersey Mike's sub. Get it all with free Saturday delivery when you order through the Jersey Mike's app. Jersey Mike's, a sub above. This Saturday, while you watch the game at home, we're watching the grill at Jersey Mike's. Order through the Jersey Mike's app for free delivery on Saturdays, unless you're going to miss hearing this. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
When a storm hits, you can count on Greenville Utilities. They put their emergency storm plan into action to restore power as quickly and safely as possible. If you experience an outage, call them toll-free at 1-855-767-2482. The automated hotline can handle a large number of calls at once, virtually eliminating busy signals, so help can be on the way as fast as possible. Remember, GUC's emergency hotline number is 1-855-767-2482.
There are times in our lives when we feel like we have hit rock bottom with nowhere to go, but that is actually when God is closest to us and building us into who we are meant to be. Hi, I'm Holt Nailers, and that's how Built When Broken was formed. BuiltWhenBroken.com is an apparel brand to remind people not only where they've come from, but also where they are going. Visit BuiltWhenBroken.com to get the latest BWB apparel, t-shirts, hoodies, hats, and more. BuiltWhenBroken.com, apparel for our walk through life.
At US Cellular, we believe you should get more of the latest 5G technology for less of your hard-earned money. Right now, get up to $1,200 off any 5G phone. The choice is yours. Any of our 5G phones with no trade-in or hidden fees. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for US Cellular since 1997. Visit atlanticwireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
Pirate Nation, the newest sports bar is Quarters Bar and Grill, offering gourmet burgers, hot dogs, and wings with unique flavors Greenville has never seen. Pirates like to drink too. Quarters Bar and Grill offers a selection of 10 beers on tap and over 50 different craft beers. Come check us out at Quarters Bar and Grill, open Wednesday to Sunday, 11 to 11, located at the shopping center next to Krispy Kreme. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram and be on the lookout for Quarters Cash hidden around downtown Greenville. Quarters Bar and Grill, the plunder never tasted so good.
Although innovative new resources such as digital media and social networks have grown in popularity, smart marketers recognize that printing is a mainstay.
We live in an age of computer hacking, scams, and fly-by-night businesses, so it's reassuring to consumers when they receive printed marketing pieces.
It exemplifies business confidence and conveys a high level of commitment.
It also fosters trust, which leads to engagement and ultimately brand loyalty.
When you're ready to grow your business, come to PIP, where business goes to grow.
BMS Builders is your premier custom builder in eastern North Carolina. With Blackwood and Mills Creek in Greenville, Dalton's Cove in Farmville, and Belmar and Ayden, these are just a few of the developments featuring BMS Builders homes. They can build the home of your dreams. Just ask Dr. Dennis Ross in Greenville or East Carolina football coach Mike Houston. They built their homes, and they can build yours as well. BMS Builders. Give them a call at 916-1578 for BMS Builders.
At West Park Motor Company, customer satisfaction is the #1 goal, while offering a wide range of cars, trucks, and SUVs at very competitive prices. West Park also offers financing, service, and is your local ARE camper shell dealer east of I-95. Outfit your truck with the best technology around with ARE camper shell at West Park Motor Company. West Park Motor Company with locations in Greenville and Washington, and proud courtesy car dealer for the Pirates for over a decade. Go Pirates!
This is Coach Donnie Kirkpatrick, offense coordinator for ECU football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Save lives, be a hero, and make $1,000 your very first month donating plasma at Grifols Biomat USA. Start now at Biomat USA on 505 South Memorial Drive. A better donor experience and better pay. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. From sales to service, Greenville Auto World has all of your vehicle needs covered. Shop all of their inventory now at greenvilleautoworld.net. You're also looking for someone to service your vehicle. Greenville Auto World has a full service and repair facility, brakes, oil changes, tires, inspections, and they can repair any kind of vehicle. Greenville Auto World across from Speedway at Bells Fork and online at greenvilleautoworld.net. Thanks to Tim Sutton and Jim Rogers of Greenville Auto World for their sponsorship of the program. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here's Clip Rock.
Back with you on a Tuesday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Great to talk with Kevin Monroe. He always shares his honest opinion on things, and things not great right now on the offensive side of the ball for ECU. And he says also be wary of crowning our defense to this point because South Carolina couldn't throw the football. Pirates did play much better defensively. He was happy about that, but said, we'll get a much better test when you face a run-pass team like Marshall that can do both, can do it well, actually have a competent quarterback and a good quarterback at that. So going to be a big challenge. We'll be with you 2 o'clock on the Bud Light pregame tailgate coming up this Saturday, taking you up to the 6 o'clock kickoff. We'll talk to Jeff Nadu during our Bud Light pregame tailgate, and we'll talk to him right now as he joins us to talk Week 3 college football on the Fixed NC Live line. Big man, how you doing today?
Pretty good, Clip. How are you?
Doing great, and I know you're off to a good start to this college football season. Unfortunately, East Carolina is not, Jeff. As you know, the Pirates 0-2 after losing a pretty dreadful football game on Saturday. Not a lot of offense in the Pirates and Gamecocks game last Saturday at Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium. East Carolina sitting at a 10-point underdog right now on the road at Marshall. Honestly, the way Marshall's scores have looked thus far, I thought that spread would be closer to 14, but it is sitting at 10 right now. Jeff, any early thoughts on the Herd and the Pirates coming up Saturday, 6 o'clock?
Yeah, look, Clip, I don't pull any punches. I kind of just say how it is always. This team's dreadful. I'm done with them. I'm done with East Carolina. I'm done backing them. I'm done talking good about them. I'm done talking good about Mike Houston. I'm just not going to do it. This is a football team that's seemingly never prepared. They just find ways to lose games. They're just not very good offensively. I've said before, and I'll say it again, Clip, this. You're one of the smartest fans they have. They're not good in the trenches. They're going to get dominated by teams. And, look, this particular, as you know, the other night, that was a winnable football game. I mean, you were up, 14-0 at one point, I believe.
14-0, basically heading into the locker room, and then a pick six on a screen pass off a running back leads to a 14-7. It was all downhill from there.
Yeah, I mean, remember, this is against an individual at the beginning of the season that was a grad assistant on a team, like not a backup, not a third stringer. He wasn't even on the team. He was a grad assistant, for God's sake. Just dreadful. Looking forward, not exactly the team you want to face after you just lost to a very lowly South Carolina team. Marshall, as you said, I mean, killed Navy in week 1, then beat up NC Central in week 2. It's going to get ugly. I was surprised this number was this low as well. I have no interest in, will not be backing East Carolina. It's really a question of, do I want to back Marshall? I think, I was kind of skeptical at the coaching hire. I understand. I didn't get why you get rid of Doc Holliday, but ultimately it looks like they're going to be pretty good. They have a great quarterback in Grant Wells. I would have no interest in backing East Carolina really for the rest of the season. This team just finds ways to lose games.
Not good right now, big man. We'll see what happens on Saturday. We will talk to Jeff leading up to kickoff on Saturday on the Bud Light pregame tailgate and go over some games with him then. Let's hit some games now, because every now and then, and mostly every week, Jeff sees a line and immediately pounces on it. So, big man, how about I just run through some games, get your quick thoughts if you're interested or not, and then at the end, if you got some you really like I didn't bring up, you can bring those up. Let's stick in the American for now anyway. Coming up on Friday night, speaking of bad teams, Louisville looked awful in their week 1 matchup against Ole Miss. They are 7-point home dogs to Central Florida. How about Gus Malzahn in week 3 as a 7-point favorite on the road at Louisville? 68 total in that one, Jeff.
Yeah, it's really, this one's obviously going to be bet up, the over. Obviously, whenever Louisville plays, you look at backing it over. It's really a question of, can UCF score? Or not UCF, sorry, if Louisville can score. I think they can. I actually thought ultimately they played pretty well against Ole Miss, at least offensively. They couldn't stop a nosebleed, but they were able to score, mid-20s. I think if they can do that here, this game should find its way over. As long as it stays under 70, I think I have some interest in the over. I wonder about Malik Cunningham, but as we've talked about time and time again, UCF was not a good defensive team last year, and this year they don't have Richie Grant, who is their best defensive player. So, yeah, I would probably be looking towards an over. Dylan Gabriel's been terrific. I would tell you that I think the best bet on this would probably be wait till team total comes out. You're probably going to get something around, 42, 44. I think if you get under 45, I'm going to have some interest in playing this game as far as team total over 44, 45, whatever it is.
Jeff Nadu joining us, big man. Let's go to Saturday at noon. Really enjoyed Miami and App State, and part of that was because I had App State, and they had it close and nearly won the game. Miami back at home this week, taking on Michigan State. Jeff Sparty has looked pretty good through 2 weeks. Miami is a 6.5-point home favorite in this one. Total is sitting at 56. Any interest in Michigan State, Miami on Saturday?
Yeah, I guess you're going to hope that it would somehow get to 7. I'll tell you right now, I think culture is changing in Michigan State. I thought, the Mel Tucker hire, I think is going to work. It seems like he's a guy that really just has good culture wherever he goes. You look at, really up and down this roster. They have 2 of the best receivers in the country in Reed and Naylor. They have a guy in Walker in the backfield. I know he was out, I think, the other day against Youngstown State, but they have capable running backs, and they have 2 quarterbacks I think they can move the football, whether it's Peyton Thorne or Anthony Russo. Michigan State's going to be a tough team to beat this year. Pretty good defensive group as well. Miami, as you mentioned, struggled in week 1. Obviously struggled, I think, to really get out of there with a win against Appalachian State, a very good mid-major. Now you got to play another tough outing. This is not easy for Miami. First 3 games are very tough. I think Michigan State's playing as good as anyone in the country over the first 2 games. I was very impressed with them. I had them week 1 against Northwestern. I think they're a team that this week I'd be interested in. I guess really the question is, I think unless this goes to 7, I probably won't be real interested. It's really just about the number for me. But, we'll see as the week goes on. Is a game that I zoomed in on? Not particularly. I kind of want to see what the status of Michigan State's running back is, the kid that ran for all the yards in week 1. He didn't play in week 2, I don't believe.
Jeff Nadu joining us, and I said it kind of intro in that game, and agree with everything you said. I'm kind of fascinated to see what Michigan State looks like for the remainder of the year after seeing them the first 2 weeks. Jeff, big one for Cincinnati. Kind of an appetizer for the main course, which will be a trip to South Bend to take on Notre Dame. But they are on the road and a favorite, taking on Indiana. We saw Indiana week 1 get waxed by Iowa after what Iowa did last week. Maybe Iowa's just that good. But Indiana maybe overrated heading into the year. This is huge for Cincinnati to prove they're worthy of a top 10 to go in there and beat an Indiana team. Right now, Fickle and the Bearcats, 3.5-point favorites total, sitting at 50. How do you like Cincinnati's chances on Saturday?
Yeah, this is kind of an intriguing game. I think, obviously coming into the year, Michael Penix wasn't completely healthy. And he kind of proved that in week one when they were trounced by Iowa. But then you look at week two, I know they played Idaho, but look, he was able to get some game action. He was okay. They ran the ball effectively. Look, obviously this is a tough outing. Look, it didn't work against a really good defensive team in week one. Luckily, you're getting this game at home. You're in a little bit different situation with your quarterback. There's still something about Ritter that I know he's a good player, but there's just still something about him that I don't love. I think he's a good quarterback. I don't think he's a great quarterback. I think it's really going to be about, I just want to kind of watch a little bit more on Penix, see how he kind of looked ultimately in that game against Idaho. I got to tell you, I think this is a decent spot for Indiana. I'm just being honest. I think people kind of have this in their feeling that Indiana's not good. Cincinnati's obviously really good. I think this might be a good spot for a home dog in Backlund here. I'll see. I haven't played it yet, but it's an intriguing matchup nonetheless. I think Indiana's a bit undervalued, I think I can say.
Jeff, any interest in saying Florida can keep it within 15.5 Alabama? It might happen. I just could not sleep well at night knowing that I would put hard-earned money on anybody to stay with Bama. And I don't know. Maybe Florida's really good, but what do you think about Bama, Florida on Saturday?
Yeah, I wasn't too intrigued by them last week against South Florida. South Florida is one of the worst teams in the country. You let them score 20 points. Cade Fortin was actually pretty effective. Look, I'm always in the camp of, if you don't like Alabama, just avoid the game. I mean, what to do that to yourself? I mean, do you really want to back Emory Jones? I'm just going to ask you. I don't want to back him in any game, let alone against Alabama. So yeah, I was pretty disappointed with them in the second half. I don't think they played particularly well against South Florida. Maybe they were looking ahead a little bit to this game.
Yeah.
If I'm not on Alabama, I would just avoid it.
That's a pretty good mantra to go by there. Jeff, I don't know how good these teams are. The atmosphere is going to be great in Happy Valley. 7:30 Saturday night, Auburn, Penn State. James Franklin's Nittany Lions, a 6-point favorite, total at 52.5. Auburn has got into the top 25. So a battle of top 25 teams here. What side do you like here, if any?
Not one I looked into too extensively. I kind of just cross over Auburn games for the most part. I'm not a big Bo Nix guy. Penn State I've been pretty intrigued by. Defensively, I think they're really good. Obviously, Sean Clifford has seemed to answer some tests so far. I would lean Penn State. I think they're the better football team overall. Not one I looked into a whole hell of a lot, though. It's pretty extensive.
How about late night, Jeff? It seems like I fall for a sucker bet every week, and this week just seeing, I know UCLA's been really good and dominated LSU, but seeing Fresno State plus 11.5 makes me want to jump on that, thinking they can keep this thing close. How about that matchup? Any thoughts there?
Yeah, obviously, I think Fresno is a team. I think Haener has the best completion percentage in the country, as far as I know. As we remember, let's look at UCLA quickly. Hawaii, very overrated. I mean, that's not a good football team. LSU, obviously, new quarterback, not as effective as they once were. Maybe they're kind of, they've got a coach that's just in a little bit over his head, maybe a little overrated. I think you can make the case. I might be saying something that's crazy, but I mean, is Fresno the best team they've played so far? I think you make the case.
Right, that's kind of where I was going with this thing, the way they've looked.
I mean, Jake Haener is really good. Really, really good. They have a great running back in Ronnie Rivers. Their skill position players, Kelly, Pope, Cropper, are all very good. I mean, really just a good offensive team. I thought they were unlucky that they weren't able to beat Oregon. They were right in that game. We know how good Oregon is. I was a bit surprised by this line. And I don't think it's one of those games where I think a lot of people say, well, this is Texas, UL Lafayette. I'm not so sure. Fresno is significantly better than UL Lafayette. I think Texas and UCLA are on similar playing fields for the most part. I wouldn't have any other interest. The only thing that would make me kind of not as interested in this game, I think the public's going to be all over Fresno.
Right, exactly.
That's kind of concerning for me here, but it does have the feel of Oregon, Ohio State to me a little bit. I thought that number was high. I think this number, if it stays above 10.5, I would have interest in Fresno, surely.
All right, Jeff. That's I just kind of ran down the slate there, looked at some games of interest. What else? What are you into for this Saturday? Anything you've already played?
Yeah, I played Army minus 33 against UConn.
Yeah.
Look, I think there's a lot of confluence here that really make this a terrific bet. A lot of people will shy away from laying big prices with teams like Army or Navy, but I want to go back, Clip, because UConn didn't play in 2020. So the last capable stats we have outside of this season are 2019. They actually played the Naval Academy. They lost 59-10 in that game. I think Army is right there with that 2019 Navy team. They have a dynamic quarterback in Christian Anderson. Actually threw the ball 7 times against West Kentucky. Monken is opening up the playbook a little bit more. UConn is in a world of hurt. This is a group that when they last played in 2019 were giving up 6 yards a carry, just under 5 yards a carry now, but this is a dreadful defense. This is a terrible spot to face a military school, kind of the middle of the year, very little preparation time. It's very hard to kind of complement and understand how to play this type of offense.
What is the mindset at UConn practice day in, day out, Jeff? Edsall's out now. They had that clip of, I think it was week 1, where the coach, another coach, is saying, all right, guys, Huskies on 3, raises his arms. Nobody even moves towards the middle of the huddle. Like, what are they even doing at practice? That's got to be just an awful place to be day in, day out.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny you say that because I actually, for whatever reason, I don't watch the full game. I generally watch condensed highlights. They're generally like 20 minutes long. And I noticed a lot of plays where the UConn, the offensive line just seemed disinterested.
Yeah. They've
actually made a quarterback change. It's made no difference. This is just a team that I think has completely quit 3 games in. This is a group that's giving up 44 points a game. And one thing I've learned over the years, when you have given up as a football team, the last team you want to play are Army. They're really elite defensively. You look at, I guess, just possessions in this game. We figure Army's probably going to have, let's just say they only have 2 possessions a quarter. It's conceivable we just need them to score 5 out of those 8 possessions. And look, this Army is the best military school. I don't think it's close right now. I kind of had this one at 51-7, something like that. I thought the indicative game, Army killed Georgia State. That was impressive. This is a UConn team that lost to Holy Cross by double digits. I think you made a great point. I think UConn is completely quit.
Good call. Jeff's pretty good with his military schools. Good call on Air Force last week, Jeff, and liking that under as well. I don't know if you played it, but we kind of touched on that too. But 23-3, Air Force all over a bad Navy team last week. All right, big man, we'll reconvene Thursday, talk NFL, maybe a little more college. Anything else before we go today?
No, really just excited. I think there's some playable spots in this card this week. We have the last real week of out-of-conference games, so definitely tread light. Hey, quick clip. Can I recommend just one other thought?
Yeah.
I'm still trying to understand why Eastern Michigan is an 18-point favorite to anyone on earth. This is a bad football team. I know people are going to say, well, UMass is worse. You're right, but look, I thought UMass was pretty good last week against Boston College. I don't know why Eastern Michigan is an 18-point favorite. And if you look at the number, this one opened 19.5 clip. It's down to 17.5. I think sharps agree with me here. Eastern Michigan, this is too many points to give to anyone.
That is why we have Jeff Nadu on, because I had no plans, interest, or anything to talk about that football game. That is going to be pretty brutal. But there's always an edge on one side or the other, no matter who's playing, right, Jeff?
There definitely is, and I think UMass is kind of the opposite of what UConn is. I think UMass still tries. I think they still care.
Right.
And I think their quarterback play is actually decent. So this is one of those games where you take a little $50 bill, a crisp $50 bill, and say, let's take a shot on UMass here.
Let's have some fun on a Saturday. Hey, I had Kansas plus 28 last Friday night, Jeff. They lost by 27. Your Jayhawks being a little frisky.
Yeah.
They just need one more win.
Listen. I'm telling you, one more clip.
Yeah.
We're going to get it. maybe this week or next week.
There you go. Baylor and Duke coming up, right?
Let's go.
Yeah. All right. Jeff Nadu joining us. Jeff, enjoyed the chat. You can check out patreon.com/BMOC. Jeff's got a lot of videos giving out some winners this football season.
9-3 clip this year in college football.
That is very strong. We'll talk more football with you Thursday, big man.
Thanks, Clip.
Jeff Nadu joining us on the Fixed NC Live line, looking ahead to week 3 of the college football season. We'll talk week 2 NFL with Jeff coming up on Thursday. My football team in action against the New York Giants Thursday night right here on Pirate Radio. I would recommend finding more fun things to do than watching that game. We will take a time out. Come back when we return. Stephen Igloo is here. We got a lot of Pirate football to talk about. Apparently he's going to make an announcement on if he's A, going to Marshall, going to be in Huntington Saturday, B, going to be in studio on the Bud Light pregame tailgate, or C, heading to Alaska. The decision. Stephen Igloo joins us when we return after this.
Eastern North Carolina's choice for window tinting, signs, graphics, wraps, graphic design, and more is Signs and Tint. Signs and Tint is family owned and operated right here in Greenville, and their NC licensed electricians specialize in ceramic coating, vehicle wraps, and more. Signs and Tint offers 10% off for military and first responders. Also, make sure to mention Pirate Radio at checkout for a discount. Stop by their office today at 801 Staten Road or visit them online at signsandtint.com.
White Claw Hard Seltzer, a wave of refreshment. Crafted using our unique Brew Pure process. Made pure. Nothing tastes like White Claw Hard Seltzer.
White Claw Hard Seltzer, available in 5 fruit flavors, 2 grams of carbs, gluten-free, and 100 calories. Find it at whiteclaw.com. White Claw Hard Seltzer. Nothing tastes quite like it. Proudly distributed by Coastal Beverage. Please drink responsibly.
Great food, great atmosphere, and great service is Ottavola Market Cafe. Ottavola is simply a restaurant that focuses on that, being a great restaurant. There's something for everyone at Ottavola. The menu offers a variety of great choices like pastas, pizzas, sandwiches, soups, salads, and seasonal rotating selections. Lunch or dinner, Ottavola is always the right call. Call ahead and get Ottavola to go, or stop by the bar for a drink with friends. It's simple. Come and eat at Ottavola Market Cafe, Red Banks Road next to Food Lion, and OttavolaMarket.com. Ottavola, Pirates supporting pirates.
This is Dr. Phil Perdue with Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center. My colleagues and I recognize how difficult this time is for everyone in our community. We continue to see patients during the week while taking precautions to keep everyone safe. Our extended care clinic is now open on Saturdays and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. so you can avoid the emergency department for your urgent orthopedic care. For more information, please contact us at 757-2663 or visit our website at orthoeast.com.
Are you suffering from anxiety, sleep issues, or chronic pain? Have you heard of CBD? You can learn about the benefits of CBD right here in Greenville at the Hemp Garden. Hemp Garden offers a variety of products and solutions that are truly making a difference in our community. Hemp Garden also provides products that can assist with energy and focus. Have a pet? Come check out their selection of CBD pet products. Visit Hemp Garden to speak with a CBD specialist in a relaxed and welcoming environment today. Exclusive discounts are offered to first-time customers. Hemp Garden, located at 3040 South Evans Street in the Target Shopping Center in Greenville.
Hi, this is Todd Mitchum with Mercer Glass, Eastern North Carolina's most complete glass company. Mercer Glass specializes in windows, shower doors, auto glass, and mirrors. We can install or repair almost anything made of glass in your home or business. So give us a call at Mercer Glass. That's 752-5101. That's 752-5101.
Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram between Greenville and Washington has a great selection of pre-owned inventory, and they're stocking more used cars, trucks, and SUVs every day. Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has everything from coupes, convertibles, small and large SUVs, diesel and gas heavy-duty trucks. And hey, they'll buy your car even if you don't buy one from them. Go to WashingtonChrysler.com to browse the new and used inventory and go check out their service department. They're your local dealer for custom lift kits, wheels, tires, and accessories on all makes and models. And Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is your certified rough country dealer and can uplift your next vehicle with one of several Washington off-road packages. A great selection of pre-owned vehicles starting at just $5,000, a top-notch service department, and a beautiful facility makes the drive to Washington totally worth it. Remember, you don't have to buy a car from them. They'll buy your car right now. Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram between Greenville and Washington. Drive a little, save a lot.
This is Brian Packard, ECU former baseballer. You're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Save lives, be a hero, and make $1,000 your very first month donating plasma at Grifols Biomat USA. Start now at Biomat USA on 505 South Memorial Drive. A better donor experience and better pay. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Well, keep it local and print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com, the official sportswear provider of Pirate Radio for 18 years. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip Rock.
Alrighty, back with you on a Tuesday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Thanks to Jeff Nadu, Kevin Monroe joining us on the program thus far. We will now welcome in from hoistthecolors.net, Iggy, a.k.a.
Stephen Igloo.
Stephen Igloo.
Stephen Igloo.
Joining us. Stephen Igloo. Inside the Pirate Radio studios. What's up, Iggs?
What's up, man? I'm so rattled I can't even speak English. My nickname growing up was Iggy.
Really?
Yeah.
Was that during Andre Iguodala's career?
No, well before that. I was the first Iggy.
Okay.
This was.
Do you know how old Andre Iguodala is, by the way?
I mean, he's old, but this was like he didn't become. I feel like a star to the Warriors run.
We're talking early to mid 2000s, right?
Well,
Wait, you're talking like 4 years ago. He was in the league for a long time.
I mean, I was the first Iggy. This was youth baseball, which was like 8 years old. I was born in '92.
So he was born in '84. Yeah, okay, that's fine. You're the original Iggy. We'll just say that. But Iggy, welcome to the show.
Iggy transitioned to Igo. Igo transitioned.
Good work,
to
Chan Man. That's very good stuff. We got the name. We have an actual Igloo.
First off, great job on the graphics for sure.
Yeah.
That dude, man, I admire the heck out of the passion. Like when he was screaming about the gaps and all that stuff, it was entertaining.
7 freaking gaps.
Do we think he like legitimately thinks my name is Igloo, or he was just trying to take a shot?
I think he was taking a shot. In fact, his call started with, when are we going to stop? When's everybody going to stop riding the nuts of the local?
I didn't know I've been riding the nuts of Holt Nailers.
Well, now you do. And I like that he was talking about everybody and probably including us.
Not you guys, no.
And then we said, what do you mean? Who's doing that? And he's like, oh, not you guys. Surely he was talking about us, but like when we was questioned on it, he was it you or somebody else that commented that he said not us, so we wouldn't hang up on him?
I didn't comment.
Yeah, somebody commented that made a pretty good point that he said no, not you guys, so we wouldn't like hang up on him or something. Because usually that he was kind of towing a line there, and he just kept rattling off stuff, screaming. We're talking about Joe, by the way. We played the whole call over yesterday. It's all over our social media, but he was just cracking me up. I wasn't really even paying attention to what he was saying. It was more about how he was saying it that was funny to me.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was great. I think I hope he calls in again next week.
Speaking of calls, we'll hear Parker Bunch's call in just a moment. But speaking of nuts, Shirley, I got a clip during the show a moment ago. This was Alabama wide receiver. Now I gotta really find his name. Jordan Battle. This is Jordan Battle, who was asked a question about Nick Saban earlier today, and this will probably be the last time he speaks to the media in 2021. Let's hear from Jordan Battle from Alabama.
Yeah, I've asked a couple of the other older guys about this, but do you have a favorite saying that Saban has, one of his little coaching, quips he has?
Not that I can think of right now because he has so many, but there are a few I like, and he always talking about touch D's or you know, suck on D's or all that.
All right.
What was that in the background? Is that like guys laughing? Or
I believe so. Sound like a dog or somebody laughing?
Yeah,
Charlie, that's your first time hearing that. I told you not even to listen to it. Just play it. This is all true, by the way, because I remember a long time ago on Dan Patrick, he asked a player, and it might have been Josh Jacobs, but it might have been even before that.
I had to write an article on it at the time for 24/7 Sports.
It was years ago, right?
Yeah, it was like one of their former players, and then I think it was either Josh Jacobs or
maybe it was somebody before that. Then Jacobs confirmed it.
Yeah.
But anyway, on the Dan Patrick show, a Alabama player, former player, said that Nick Saban has a fascination with the D's joke, and it's just like runs it into the ground and just says it constantly. So now every time Dan Patrick talks to an Alabama player, he asks him, some will be like no comment, some will just chuckle, and some will say, oh yeah, he loves to do that. Yeah, that's his thing. And now we hear a current Alabama player saying that Nick Saban, big fan of going. He went touch and
it's the oldest joke in the book.
But Nick Saban saying it, I gotta say, is kind of funny. Is Nick Saban funnier than Brian Kelly?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I would imagine his delivery is a little bit better.
It sounds like it. So there you go. Sorry, don't shoot the messenger, folks. That is an Alabama player there talking about a favorite phrase from Nick Saban. All right, let's back to phone calls real quick. This is a good way to wrap this hour up. We heard from Joe. We played that call yesterday. We played Dale's Day yesterday.
It was totally.
Now, why do you think Dale was a prank call?
I just don't. I think it was somebody just trying to trip you guys up with some BS. Like, there's no way that was a real call.
How is that an older gentleman calling in talking about his day?
I think it was a young man impersonating an old man.
Was it you?
It may have been me. It may have been Joe.
What if every call is the same person doing different voices? We got 37 of the same person. Calls were hot on Saturday, and one of those came from viral legend Parker Bunch. And he had some thoughts on the game, and let's hear those again. All right, let's go to viral video star and
swinging dingers
Pirate Radio regular, semi-regular. He was on one time. Parker Bunch joining us. What's up, Parker?
What's up?
How you doing, bud?
Good.
Man, what you think about the game today?
Well, I think we need to get a new offensive coordinator.
Now, when that's coming from Parker Bunch, that's a big statement.
What didn't you like? Bad play calling, or what was bad today?
You know, I think the offensive line did a heck of a job. You know, Holton wasn't on his back all game, and the defense did a heck of a job. And I think, you know, people need to stop talking down on Holton and get behind him and give him some momentum and give him a chance. That's what I think.
All right. I think that's a mic drop right there. I think he hit the nail on the head, man.
Parker, anything? Oh, go ahead, Chandler.
Parker, you just hit a dinger, buddy.
There you go. That's what I was missing.
A verbal dinger. Anything else, Parker?
I think they need to start banging some pads.
There you go. That's it. Banging some pads. That's it.
All right. Well, good to hear from you, buddy. Hopefully we can get a W next week.
Hopefully.
All right, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
There he is, Parker Bunch. I like that call. He had his points ready to go. They got him out there, and the man said what he feels.
He's not the first to call for the offensive coordinator. He's one of the few to defend the quarterback based on social media this week. It's been it's so amazing to like hear all the feedback and try to digest it on Hoist the Colors. I always take questions the day after the game for our podcast, and like we have people that say we need to be more aggressive. We had somebody say they need to run the ball more. they say, why are we throwing the ball up 14-0 past midfield? Somebody said, why are we not taking a shot there? So it's like everybody's thinks they have the answer. In reality, I don't know if any of us have the answer, because do we really know football? All we know that is it's not looking how it's supposed to look.
It is super ugly, and that is what I love about it. I've said it many a time, that we all watch the same game, and we all have different thoughts on what went right and what went wrong in that game. And I watch our Facebook live chat during the fifth quarter, and they just go in circles of, it's not Holton's fault, it's Donnie, it's the play calling, and they'll say, the plays are there, Holton's just not executing the plays, and it's just like a giant circle of life.
And then you got people calling for Garcia. Then you're like, well, I want Stubblefield.
Yeah.
Somebody said move Brian Gagg back to quarterback.
And I think it's great, honestly, that everybody has their own take on it.
Oh,
but,
for sure.
But your point is, like, we don't have the answer, and neither does this coaching staff at the moment, because you can't have your starting quarterback in 2021 throwing for 77 yards.
No, and I mean, the thing is,
we didn't play Alabama.
No, and South Carolina's probably one of the
probably
better
a good defense.
Defenses ECU will face. But I thought that ECU had opportunities they didn't take advantage of. And I mean, if this was the first year and you had a first-year quarterback and a first-year system, you would understand it. But, you know, we've talked about it. This is the third year of the system, third year of Holton Ahlers being the starting quarterback in the system. How long have we talked about when are we going to see that consistency from the offense? Like, we've seen the flashes the past 2 years, and we keep waiting for this consistency, and it hasn't happened at this point. If it doesn't happen by the end of the season, then you ask, well, whatever we're doing clearly is not working if you have the same personnel, same system, and you don't take that next step. Now, I do think App and South Carolina comprise probably two of the top 4 defenses ECU will face this season. So I'm interested to see how they look against Marshall. It'll be more of an even matchup in terms of talent across the board. Now, if they go up to Huntington and they lose 38-10 and it still looks bad, then at that point, you know, I think you have to look at making, you know, some serious philosophy changes if you can't improve when you face a much better matchup. Not that Marshall's bad defensively; they're very good, but
I'll tell you what,
they're more respectable of a evenly matched team.
They are 100 times better than South Carolina offensively.
Oh, but there's no doubt. I mean, there's no doubt about that. Now, they haven't been tested at all.
I agree with that.
Navy had, 62 yards of offense against Air Force. North Carolina Central is North Carolina Central. Now, at this point, I think they're definitely a more complete team than South Carolina, and it's on the road, so ECU is going to have to play a lot better on both sides of the ball to win. But they have not faced any adversity with the new staff. You look at the end of last year when they started to get figured out a little bit, especially offensively. They got shut down pretty good, and they have the same offensive coordinator back. So it'll be interesting to see what does Blake Harrell try to do. I want to say Grant Wells struggled a little bit when he actually faced pressure last year. So I have to look at the numbers as the week goes along. But if ECU can get some pressure on him, suddenly things may look a little different. But it's not going to be an easy game, and the Pirates are double-digit underdogs for a reason.
Yeah, I mean, I had this one. Look, last week I called for an ECU bounce back, a Pirate win. I felt pretty good about that prediction for about 65% of the day on Saturday. But even last week, I said I was ready to go ahead and take Marshall to beat East Carolina. And I'm ready to do that today. I would have been ready to do that if they'd have won that game in ugly fashion on Saturday, just because you're on the road, and we've sent really good teams to Marshall and taken L's in the past. Sure. Now, they don't have Rakeem Cato, but they do have a very good quarterback.
He's good. Now, the one thing that has been a problem for them the first 2 weeks against bad teams is they have put the ball on the ground a lot. They have, I don't know how many they lost, but combined interceptions and fumbles, they've had 11 to the first 2 games.
Good God.
Now, I don't know how many of those fumbles were lost, but
how in the world can they overcome that with these scores they've had?
Against Navy, I think they blocked a punt and a field goal. North Carolina Central just sucks. So.
Yeah, man. That's crazy.
But no, their quarterback, man, I remember watching him last year against App and some of their early games, and he's got a very good arm, and he makes a lot of good throws. They have a weapon in Xavier Gaines, who's kind of like a hybrid tight end type, similar to Ryan Jones, except they actually get him the football, and he catches it consistently. So I think it'll be a tough matchup. You know, I thought Kevin Monroe made a good point about, ECU looked really good last week, but it was a one-dimensional attack, and you were playing at home with the crowd behind you. if you go on the road, you're going to have to find a way to bottle that energy up, and you got to stop the run and the pass. And they like to throw the ball a lot on early downs, where South Carolina was predominantly running the football on early downs. So it's going to be a different type of challenge this week.
We have a From the Helm on ECUPirates.com, Stephen. Is this new? It's the first time I'm seeing it. Have you seen this? We'll read some of John Gilbert's comments from the Helm, and we'll make some picks. I came to ECUPirates.com to check on our season-long bet. I have under 15 catches for ECU tight ends in 2021. Igo has over. We're sitting at 1 after week 1, and after 2 weeks, let's see what we're sitting at, Stephen.
1.
What are you?
Well, I mean, nobody even caught passes last week is the thing. Like, I mean,
Through 2 weeks, ECU has 1 catch from a tight end. I'm looking good.
It feels like they have 1 catch from the entire offense. I mean, it's just been bad. Now, the problem with Shane Calhoun, who I expected to be over 15 catches alone,
he's been banged up, right?
He's been banged up. He just has not looked like the same guy that I saw in the preseason. Like, he's just not getting any separation, not really running routes at full speed. So I hope as the season goes along, he gets more healthy and they can get him the football. But, I mean, if you're Ryan Jones, you got to catch that ball, man. Again, Holton made poor decisions on Saturday, but you had that 1st and 10, first play for the offense out of the second half, design play to Ryan Jones. He's wide open, and he drops the ball on what would have been a 15-yard gain. Josiah Hatfield drops the ball on 3rd and 10 that should have been caught. So you just had a whole offensive failure from the top down, and it's just got to be better, point blank.
Point blank, period. We will take a timeout. We've got picks. We've got a giveaway. We've got more ECU talk. We'll talk NFL. Igo's Broncos are 1-0. My excitement level was at a 9 last week?
Yeah, you said 9.
I'll give you an update on my Washington football team excitement level. And Igo, yours was at a 4?
I think a 3.
A 3?
3 or 4.
We'll see where yours has bumped up to after a win over the New York Football Giants. We'll take a timeout, come back, a lot more to go. Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live on the way after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Amanda Houston, and when it came time to make the game-winning play for relaxation at our house, I made the right call to Jamie Lang and Carolina Hardscapes. Jamie and his team built the backyard oasis of our dreams with a beautiful custom paver patio, outdoor lighting, and fireplace. Make your backyard incredible and call Carolina Hardscapes today at 364-1201 or visit their showroom on Fire Tower Road across from Bostic Suck. Go Pirates!
The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of pirates and ENC. Open 7 days a week from noon until 2 a.m., the Buck features live music every night of the week. Tuesday is karaoke with DJ Captain Morgan. Wednesday is acoustic night. Thursday is the DJ dance party. And Friday and Saturday nights, it's live bands. Check out the Buck's Facebook or Instagram page for more information. The Buccaneer Music Hall. We'll see you at the Buck.
Watch our prices fall at Bostic Sugg Furniture. All the gotta get it now looks and styles are in. We have what you need to add warmth and beauty to any room. Sofas, sectionals, and motion furniture from the best brands. Lazy Boy, Bassett & Rowe, all in stock with huge in-stock savings. And the more you buy, the more you save. Up to $720 back, plus great savings on Serta and Restonic mattresses. So watch our prices fall at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
When your family gathers around a shakaroni from Papa John's, you're sharing more than extra cheese and pepperoni. You're sharing scholarships, meals, and laughter. Because $1 from every shakaroni goes to charity. That's pizza with a purpose.
Hey, Pirate fans, the Shakaroni Pizza is back, and only for $13. Plus $1 from every purchase goes to charity. The Shakaroni is an MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, the official pizza of the ECU Pirates.
In studio with Gloria from Kinetic Physical Therapy. Gloria, what is cryotherapy?
Cryotherapy is when your body is exposed to extremely cold but therapeutic temperatures for several minutes. It has many benefits, including decreased pain, decreased inflammation, increased energy, and improved overall wellness. That's why at Kinetic Physical Therapy and Wellness, we offer a wide variety of services, including cryotherapy. So whether you're an athlete or whether you just want to give your health a boost, cryotherapy will help to ensure that you're feeling great and living well. So come chill with us and you'll be back for more.
Come and explore great shopping in downtown Washington at Naughty Life. Hi, this is Gina from Naughty Life, and new fall merchandise is arriving every day, featuring all the new Yeti products, like the loadout buckets and waterproof dry duffel bags. We have new fall clothes for men, women, and children. At Naughty Life, we have something perfect for any occasion, like new jewelry and a great selection of sunglasses from Costa, Reflect, and RCI. Visit Naughty Life on Main Street in historic downtown Washington, and like us on Instagram and Facebook.
We know that juicy, cheesy, grilled to perfection burger sounds amazing, but it does sound like something is missing. Pepsi, baby! The yin to this burger's yang. Burgers and Pepsi go together like burgers and Pepsi. This perfect blending of flavors makes every bite of lettuce, every sesame seed on the bun, and every sip of that crisp, refreshing, ice-cold cola a journey to Foodtopia. Burgers, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
Is that the sound of an ooey gooey cheesy crunchy slice of P-I-Z-Z-A? Obviously, but as good as that sounds, we think it can get even better. Oh yeah, that's the sound of a freshly opened fizz-filled Pepsi. The only thing that can take this flavor medley of crunchy dough, mouth-watering cheese, and savory sauce to the next level. How about another bite? Pepsi and pizza sound like a match made in heaven and taste even better. Pizza, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Carolina Hardscapes. Making memories with your family and friends is what life is all about. If you have a dream of having a backyard patio fireplace, pool walkways, fire pits, or more, then Carolina Hardscapes is the place to call. Get started on your dreams today at Carolina Hardscapes on Fire Tower Road, across from Bostic Sugg Furniture. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Making memories with your family and friends is what life is all about. If you have a dream of having a backyard patio fireplace, pool walkways, fire pits, or more, then Carolina Hardscapes is the place to call at 364-1201. Or you can stop by the Carolina Hardscapes Outdoor Showroom on Fire Tower Road, right across from Bostic Sugg Furniture. Get started on your dreams today at Carolina Hardscapes. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip Brock.
All right, Clip Brock and the Igloo here on a Tuesday.
I wish people could hear what we talk about in between commercial breaks.
Stephen Igloo.
Did you listen to the whole fifth quarter, Igloo?
I think 3/4 of it.
Yeah.
It was a long one. So
God.
I was not able to make it through all of it.
It was a rough one there on Saturday. And speaking of this Saturday, so you put out on Twitter that you were going to make a big announcement today, Stephen. Huge announcement. Will you be in Huntington, West Virginia, live, joining us on the Fixed NC Live line for 10 minutes or so on Saturday on the Bud Light pregame tailgate? B, in studio, hanging out for a segment or two on the Bud Light pregame tailgate and not going to Huntington.
Only a segment or two? Is that all the allotted time I would be allowed?
You're allowed as long as you want. I'd love for you to stay an hour. Or C, heading back to the homeland, to your Igloo in Alaska. So will it be A, Huntington, West Virginia, B, Winterville/Greenville, North Carolina, or C, Anchorage, Alaska on Saturday?
It took a lot to come up with this choice and a lot of deliberation, a lot of talk with the family.
What family did you speak to? Your son?
Yeah, I talked to Slater, and he said that he really wanted to go to Alaska.
Were those his first words?
Yeah. Igloo was his first word. And so
Igloo!
That meant Alaska to me.
Stephen Igloo.
Daddy, can my name be Igloo?
And, I was talking with the wife. I'm like, we probably don't have the funds to go to Alaska. And the best next thing compared to Alaska is?
What?
Huntington, West Virginia.
Oh.
And so I will be making the trip to Huntington West Virginia, which as I drove to it last time in Thanksgiving of 2013, as ECU prepared to play Marshall for a trip to the Conference USA Championship, it basically was Alaska in that it had just snowed and I was driving through the icy mountains and I almost died. So I'm not looking forward to the trip. I am glad that I will be driving, or Ronnie and I will be going together. He'll be driving, and it won't be like 20 degrees and icy on the ground, knock on wood. So, but it's a miserable drive. I hate that drive to West Virginia. I've made the drive to Morgantown.
I have made the ride. I haven't drove it, but I did ride as I was still a student, and I rode with Nate Summers and Brock Letchworth to see John Thompson's Pirates get mauled in West Virginia.
Was that the KJ Harris game?
Yeah, 300 and some yards.
But no, man, I've not to go on too big of a off the beaten path here, but I have legitimately gone off the beaten path driving to Morgantown specifically, where the GPS just took me like in the back roads of West Virginia, and I'm like driving off the sides of neighborhoods and mountains. Like it's sketchy, man. I don't know how people like live up there and have a good time unless you're in one of the big cities. Like,
a whole lot of drinking.
Huntington is a pretty cool town, but like between Huntington and Charleston and a few other cities, like there's just nothing going on.
You can get a flight, looks like, from Raleigh to Alaska, $337, 9 hours and 28 minutes.
That's honestly cheaper than I expected.
From Charlotte, a little more expensive from Greensboro. Now, I don't know about Greenville, and that is not listed. So
there can't be too many people making that connection to Greenville to Alaska in terms of just straight up flights long term. But I don't know. It's, maybe we'll make the trip out one day to the 50th state.
Redbeard says, take cash. The tolls are $4 each. I think there are 4 of them going and coming back.
Thanks for the tip, Redbeard. I will do that for sure. I have $0 worth of cash in my wallet currently.
Question on this. This is a serious question. I just went to New Jersey not that long ago, and there were some tolls that had a toll booth worker and taking cash. Some there was nobody there, and you just went through. And I was told maybe they get your license plate, they'll send you a bill or something.
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to work.
But so if you don't have cash on you,
you just go through the lane that's like no cash, and then they bill you.
So why even take cash? Just so you don't have to worry about the bill later, I guess?
I guess so.
Okay. I was just wondering what happens. Like, they don't...
You said I think you might have to pay like a small fee.
Probably so. Online. There's a fine, a fee.
Like a $1 fee.
That's how they get you. So they don't arrest you immediately.
Yeah, they just come to your house and say, if you don't pay that $1 fee, you're going to jail in Alaska.
Steven, we'll make some picks later on. I don't even have the game. I'm so behind. This Tuesday thing, and you keep saying, yeah, man. It's Tuesday.
Wait, what did I say?
You're like, whoa, you don't have our stuff. Like, you not care?
I've not said any of those words.
Every time I say I don't have picks ready, you shrug and act like it's the craziest thing in the world you've heard. Like, it's Tuesday. We used to do this on Thursday. Now
your preparation clip. I work. Actually, I'm not getting into that on here.
You show up one day a week now. Some of our people are out there in the 100-degree heat all summer covering events.
How hot is it today?
Probably 103. But people are working hard here. Not us, but some people. Oh, boy. Anyway, we'll get to our picks later. Steven, ECU Marshall. Let's break down the edge.
Let's do it.
We haven't done it all year long.
The edge!
Thank you.
I can tell you.
You think you know me?
I've done zero research on Marshall. I did watch the entire Charles Huff press conference today, though.
So, jury's still out. Is he a good fit? Is he a good coach? Head coach? We'll see.
I like his demeanor.
I'm going to say something hypocritical here. There's nothing better to get the fan base riled up with a 2-0 record to start your campaign. Of course, Scotty Montgomery did that too.
That is very true.
But those folks got to be happy with what they've seen so far. I wonder how I go too. Maybe I'll ask Steve Cotton when I talk to him later. And if you talk to a Marshall person or persons, ask them, like, what was the fan base's reaction and what was their split on Doc Holliday, and should he have been back? I got to imagine it. Well, I don't know. I shouldn't speak for him, but I would think, as surprised as I was, it would be like 60-40 wanted to keep Doc, 70-30, or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe, but I don't know. I would find that interesting because that is something too with the fan base. Like we had a big split when Ruffin McNeil was fired, obviously,
For sure.
and Scotty Montgomery came in, and there was probably a faction of people that no matter what Scotty Montgomery did, they wouldn't be satisfied because he wasn't Ruffin McNeil. There were some people overcompensating because they wanted Ruff to be gone so much that they thought this Scotty Montgomery guy, they thought he could do no wrong
He
even
was the
when he
next
did.
Mike Tomlin.
Yeah, right.
That's what some people describe
because he
him as.
coached with Mike Tomlin. So I wonder if it's a similar deal with Doc Holliday there in Marshall. I don't know.
I don't know enough Marshall fans firsthand to say one way or the other. I do remember perusing the Marshall message boards to kind of get a gauge on it when it went down because I was so shocked. And I think it was very similar in terms of, hey, why are we doing this? And then the other faction of the fan base was saying, hey, we need to do this.
It was time. It's
time to take the next step as a program, to kind of become a team that wins Conference USA annually, competes for a G5 playoff, not playoff, but New Year's 6 berth or whatever. The ultimate goal is there at Marshall. But yeah, I just watched his press conference today. I was impressed by just he wants to clean up that sloppy play. He made several comments at ECU, coach speak, of course, but ECU is the best team we've faced to this point. It's not even close in terms of talent. And in terms of, he was like, we had personnel advantages the first 2 games. Like, that's not going to be the case this week. If we make the same mistakes, it's going to be a much different outcome. So he knows they can't be putting the ball on the ground 7 times or whatever like they did against Navy.
Yeah.
But I think at the same time, they have an experience advantage in certain spots. They're playing on their home turf. They've got the home crowd behind them. It's not a huge stadium, but, man, it does get loud there. So ECU's got to be ready for that atmosphere. And that program, everything that the ECU game means to them, it's a big game. And their players are well aware of what that, rivalry means, the historic significance behind it. So when ECU comes to town, they get very fired up. And they usually play their best football against the Pirates.
The 0-2 start is pretty devastating. Maybe I'm overstating it, but if you win at Marshall, you'll gain some fans back for the Charleston Southern game. You start 0-3, lose at Marshall, Charleston Southern, that's going to be a sad crowd at Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium on Saturday the 25th, and you'll win that game, and it'll probably be another sad one. I don't know, maybe some people will give you a shot against Tulane, which, heck, that could be a really important ball game. Tulane could be ranked by then if they're able to beat Ole Miss this week. But then you go at UCF, at Houston. I don't know, man. You needed that one Saturday. You really needed it bad, and you didn't get it. And now I'm just worried about support, attendance, interest in Pirate football because we have seen this song and dance so many times. 6 straight years, whatever?
Yeah.
7. So it's hard to kind of say, all right, fans, you got to stay locked in no matter what's happening on the football field. It'd be nice if that was the case, but we're watching South Carolina score on a pick 6 as we talk about this. Just a rough situation. A win would be huge on Saturday. I'm not predicting one of those to happen.
Yeah, it's just ECU's going to have to play so much better offensively and continue what it did defensively, plus be even better, arguably, to have a respectable showing against a more complete offense. So this game, it looks like a tough one on paper. I still think ECU's offense is going to bounce back. I don't know to what extent. I think they're going to have to score. I said last week they probably had to get upper 20s to win. It turned out it was even lower than that. I think this game you're probably going to have to score 35-plus to win.
Yeah.
I just think this is going to be a high-scoring game, especially with the way Grant Wells is throwing the football. So the offense is going to have to operate at a pretty high level. I just don't know if they can do it.
ECU yet to hit 20 points in 2021.
Yeah, and that
is shocking.
And no matter how good a defenses you're facing, you still expect to score. And you think about it, really, how many points did they truly score in this past game? You scored on a trick play, and yeah, you get credit for the trick play. And then you scored on a 13-yard touchdown drive. Now, the field goal drive was an excellent drive. It was not capped off with a touchdown. But, that drive was 16 plays, 8 minutes of clock. That is a great drive. You just have to score a touchdown. So,
you want to really break it down. You score one on a trick play, one on a short field. You scored 10 points when the game was already over against App State.
Yeah.
You could say that ECU has scored 12 legitimate points this year, like on drives when games mattered.
Right. I mean, it's fair take.
That's bad.
And so again, I do think both these teams are good defenses, but you got to be better. We've talked about it, and it'll be interesting to see how they respond. I mean, I do think the thing about Holton Ahlers is we kind of talked about it last week, but when he's had a really bad game in the past, he has responded. I remember some of the games in the when everybody, I think in that 2019 season, I can't remember I think it was a South Florida game. They just played like complete trash at home, and then they come back against Cincinnati the next week, and he throws for 530 yards. So I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm just saying typically when he does have a really bad game, he bounces back. So we'll see what happens Saturday. And
okay.
Sorry, I was just going to say, for people calling for Mason Garcia, we asked that question today.
Yeah, we'll hit it again. We've played it 2 or 3 times.
The key response, Holton Ahlers gives us the best chance to win.
Benjamin on Facebook Live says, "Oh man, y'all still crying over Saturday game. Get over it and move on. It's Tuesday now."
Thanks, Benjamin. I didn't know we're coaches where we have to,
What in the hell show are you listening to and watching?
What are you doing, Benjamin?
We have talked about Marshall. We've talked about the schedule coming up. We've talked about everything. What are you listening to? What is going on in your brain and in your ears? What are you doing? You need to look at yourself and say, what am I doing right now? And think about it and get your situation settled and get everything right. And then listen intently to what is happening in reality. And then you can comment again on Facebook Live. All right, let's take a timeout. We'll come back. We got to make some picks. We got to talk some NFL. We got to
look ahead and make some picks, Cliff. We can't look back and make any. We can't make any comments about this past Saturday.
We should make some week 2 picks.
Let's do that. Let's take a look back and make some picks.
Benjamin, we're taking a 4-minute break. Get yourself together, and we'll be back after this.
There's nothing more important than protecting your family. Fire ants can cause painful allergic reactions and even death. Protect your loved ones at home where you should feel the safest. Visit pesttechofgreenville.com to learn of our once-a-year treatment to guarantee you stay fire ant free. Tested and proven effective by your Eastern North Carolina exterminating professionals at Pest Tech of Greenville. Mention the crying baby for an extra 10% off.
There's no better time to drive away with a quality pre-owned car, truck, or SUV from Greenville Auto World. Greenville Auto World is your authorized rough country dealer. We specialize in lift and leveling kits along with custom wheel packages. Whether you're looking for ground clearance or enhancing the appearance of your vehicle, trust our team for your off-road experience. Greenville Auto World, 3840 South Charles Boulevard across from Hardee's at Bell's Fork, or online at greenvilleautoworld.net.
North Carolina State Parks is proud to announce that they have partnered with the Hometown Strong program. Our visitor centers are now equipped with public Wi-Fi to help kids with school. Remote learning has become a critical public health measure in maintaining social distance and continuing to educate our young people. Take advantage of Wi-Fi and a hike at Goose Creek State Park or a day trip to the beach and access remote learning at Fort Megan State Park. For more information, visit hometownstrong.nc.gov.
Come pop a top this ECU football season at Jarvis Street Bottle Shop. Jarvis Street Bottle Shop is a specialty shop selling craft, domestic, and import brews, along with wine and growlers. Hosting a tailgate? Stop by the shop and grab a keg for your party or event. The Bottle Shop offers monthly beer and wine tastings featuring rotating NC craft breweries, along with live music and discounts. Stop by the shop Tuesday through Sunday, or check them out on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
Hey Pirate fans, your one-stop shop for all your tailgate essentials is Shimmer Boutique. Need some purple and gold to wear? Shimmer has a great selection of clothing for men, women, and children. Need some shoes? Shimmer has the best selection of Hey Dudes around. Need a cooler for tailgating? Shimmer has you covered with a huge selection of Yeti and outdoor accessories. Shimmer, just 1 minute from the stadium on Greenville Boulevard behind Starbucks and in Winterville and Jacksonville. Find us online at shimmerboutiqueonline.com. Go Pirates!
East Coast Grading and Utilities is your source for clearing, hauling dirt, and concrete work. East Coast Grading and Utilities handles all sewer and water issues as well.
I'm David Vaughn. Whether putting in a new subdivision or helping you with any and all of your drainage problems, I can get the job done. Call me at 531-7494.
No job is too big or too small. East Coast Grading and Utilities. Friends helping friends. 531-7494 for East Coast Grading and Utilities.
Chico's Mexican Restaurant is the home of the best margaritas. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's every Tuesday for the Gulp of Mexico, a huge 46-ounce lime margarita for only $6.99. On Thursdays, relax and enjoy half-price pitchers of Chico's house margaritas. Choose from lime, strawberry, blood orange, raspberry, or peach. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's Mexican Restaurant in downtown Greenville and online at chicosrestaurant.com. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
At Union Bank, we understand you live life on the go. That's why our banking options are designed to serve you, wherever you are. If you want to meet us in person at one of our local branches, complete banking tasks on the go from the mobile app, or bank from your office with convenient remote deposit and cash management services, we're everywhere you need us to be. Whether you're simply managing a busy schedule or an entire business, we're right there with you with personalized service and helpful tools. Call or visit us online at unionbanknc.com. Union Bank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Pirate Radio.
We have a standard for the way you're going to play, and we're going to start making sure that we point out those that are meeting the standard, and everybody else has to rise to that. You have to. There is no choice. You have to rise to the standard, because the standard is what wins.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Carolina Hardscapes. Making memories with your family and friends is what life is all about. If you have a dream of having a backyard patio fireplace, pool walkways, fire pits, or more, then Carolina Hardscapes is the place to call. Get started on your dreams today at Carolina Hardscapes on Fire Tower Road, across from Bostic Sugg Furniture. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Quality Equipment is your full-service John Deere dealer with 28 locations to serve you. Quality Equipment is open in Winterville next to Sam's Club, or you can go online at visitqualityequip.com to find the location near you. And taking a look at your Bucks scoreboard for today, the Indians beat the Twins in 7 innings. That's game 1 of a doubleheader they have today. The final there was 3-1. Game 2 is slated to start at 7:40. And coming up at 7:05, it'll be the Cubs taking on the Phillies. The Marlins take on the Nationals. O's and Yankees kick off at 7:05. You can hear that game right here on Pirate Radio. And the Rockies take on the Braves. First pitch is slated for 7:20. And that is a look at your Buck scoreboard, brought to you by the Buccaneer Music Hall as your beacon of music in the land of the Pirates in eastern North Carolina. They're open from noon until 2 a.m. with live music every night. And now during football season, they have food trucks during the day. Follow the Buck on Facebook and Instagram for the updated schedule, and we'll see you at the Buck. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip Ron.
Back with you on Pirate Radio Live here on a Tuesday. Still trying to work on show prep I was supposed to have ready an hour ago when Igo showed up. I am 6-3-1 against the spread this year so far. How? I have no freaking clue. You are 5-4-1 thus far, and we're going to make some picks here in a moment, and we can go ahead and get going. Actually, I made this pick last week, and I'm going to stick with it this week. I'll take Marshall to win by 14 to 17 points. We'll go 38-21 Marshall over East Carolina. Your pick.
Yeah, I think Marshall definitely more complete team than what we saw this past week. I don't think they're near as good on defense, but I think their offense is going to pose some challenges. ECU is not playing at home, so I think they'll give up some points. I'm going to go Marshall 35, ECU 24.
Okay, so I'm
going Marshall.
Taking Marshall minus the 10. Big spot here for Cincinnati. By the way, I've said all my life, adult life, that conference pride is stupid. And for those of you who are into such things, are you rooting for Cincinnati this weekend? Do you care? They're splitting town. Should we root for them? I mean, whatever. If you want to, do it. If not, who cares? Has nothing to do with how we play. Cincinnati is a 3.5-point favorite on the road at Indiana. I'm going to believe that Luke Fickell in Cincinnati is the real deal and is a legit top 10 team, and they go into Bloomington and win that game by a touchdown plus. I'll take Cincinnati.
Yeah, I'm taking the Bearcats here. I think they are a complete team. I mean, they have everybody back. Indiana has not looked great this year.
No.
So
I don't know. Indiana, I think, will play defense. I don't know if I think Cincinnati can smother them.
Yeah, like 27-17 type of deal. I'm gonna go Cincinnati.
All right, another big opportunity for Pratt and the Green Wave of Tulane as they are on the road against Ole Miss. This is 8 o'clock ESPN2, Stephen. Ole Miss, I saw them absolutely destroy Louisville and just go up and down the field on them. I did not see their Week 2 game. Tulane put up how many points last week?
69.
69-20 against Morgan State.
They also gave up 20 to Morgan State.
Good point there. I think I know what you're going to do then. What are you going to do?
I'm taking Ole Miss to win this game. I think rather comfortably, like 49-31 or something like that. Like, I just think that Tulane's defense is not there. You know, they made a coordinator change in the offseason, and they're going through some lumps there. So I'm going, and they lost their two best pass rushers. I'm going Tulane. I'm going Ole Miss.
I think I needed you to say that. When you started talking, a 49-24 score popped in my head, something like that. I'm going to take Ole Miss at home as well, as they'll be chunking it around the yard.
Who did Ole Miss even play last week?
Saturday night. I'm going to say a scrub-a-dub, but I will check who they played. I want to see how their offense looks against like a really good defense. Tulane pretty good, but like an SEC defense. They played Austin Peay.
So basically, both teams almost had a de facto bye.
Yeah.
So I'm going to Ole Miss playing at home. I think Tulane, they were playing inspired ball at Oklahoma. It was a great game, but they also had a new coordinator with some new stuff, and now that they've had 2 games to scout, I think Ole Miss will have a little bit better idea of what they're going to do, and I think they win. I think it'll be a good first half, though.
All right, Igloo will have his pick for this one before I even finish reading the game. Alabama's a 15.5-point favorite against Florida.
Alabama. I mean,
I actually finished the game. You took it longer
I
than I
didn't know
thought.
who they were playing. 15.5. Give me Alabama all day.
It feels so low, doesn't it?
I don't care if it's on the road, at home. I think it'll be like 14-10 at halftime, and then Alabama will end up winning like 31-14.
I don't know. Bama might have 14 at the end of the first quarter.
Yeah.
I don't know. We got one more to pick. There's some decent. I don't want to do Auburn, Penn State just because I don't know anything about those teams really. We can, but South Carolina, Georgia, just for fun.
Let's do that.
Like, do it officially.
Yeah.
All right. Georgia's a 31-point favorite against South Carolina. Which way are you going?
I think South Carolina's defense is fairly legit, but the problem is I just don't know if they're going to score. I mean, it's like they could lose 38-6 and they would not cover. But I'm going to go like 38-10. And I'm going to go South Carolina covers barely.
Wow. Okay. 31 is a lot for a conference game. It really tells you what people think about South Carolina. And, maybe they get Doty back, but does that even matter? I don't know. Is Georgia's offense? Georgia scored 10 points against Clemson?
Yeah.
Like, is their offense all world? You might be onto something there, Stephen.
They're going to go up and put out 56 now.
I just want to take the under 48, I think. 31. Give me South Carolina. Now, over under 6.5 first downs in the game for South Carolina.
Wow, that's a real thing?
No, I just made it.
Oh, over.
Did I make that too low?
Yeah, I think more like 8.5, 9. Maybe.
Can I get double digit?
6.5. You put together one good drive, you're getting 4 or 5.
Okay. They're not going to put together one good drive.
They will.
I should say first downs from non-penalties, because you can get a pass interference or something to help you get down the field. All right, well, I'll throw that one out. All right, the picks are in. Did you watch that game last Saturday night?
I did.
Miami, App State. That was an awesome game. App State's the real deal, man.
They are. I mean, we talked about it. They honestly probably should have won that game. But, I mean, they look just as good as Miami, if not better in some phases. So, it'll be interesting to see. What if South Carolina goes up and competes a little bit better than what we expect with Georgia? I mean, I really think they've got a really good defense. I just, that offense was all out of sorts. But you could tell watching, Zeb Nolan live that he was getting frustrated with some of the missed throws. He would react like the guy was running the wrong route. So I think that they've got some issues they can clean up and be a little better offensively. They're not going to be good offensively in the SEC, but they can score 10 or 17 points if it all comes together.
All right. Our buddy Benjamin, who told us to move on from last week, has put his prediction in, and I'm writing it down, Benjamin, so we can give you credit next week if you're right. He's got ECU 37-30 over Marshall. Benjamin, if that happens, I'll be the happiest man on the face of the earth, because we'll have a fun fifth quarter.
Biggest win of the Mike Houston era.
No doubt. Mike Houston says no doubt, doesn't he? No doubt.
No doubt.
No doubt. I would love for that to happen, Benjamin. Now, question, Benjamin. Next Tuesday, should we even look back at the Marshall game?
No.
So now you got me in a pickle, Benjamin.
We got to spend 5 days starting Monday breaking down Charleston Southern.
I'm in a real pickle here, Benjamin.
Joe, calm down.
Benjamin!
Fair weather, idiot.
Benjamin, I want to. If you're right on next Tuesday, I want to say that you're right. But if I do that, that would technically be me looking back to last Saturday, which you don't want us to do. So I don't know what to do. This is stupid. I don't know, man. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do next week, Steven. Because once Tuesday hits, no looking back.
Yeah.
Don't even look behind you.
So
I took the rear view mirrors off my
honestly,
vehicle.
24-hour rule should be in effect. So by the time you get to Monday's PRL, you should be totally locked in.
Don't even mention what happened over the weekend.
You just mentioned ECU's record and moving on to Charleston Southern.
Honestly, I'm not even upset about that, because after a fifth quarter on Saturday, I'm pretty much done with that game.
Right.
But for our listening audience and for other people, we have to talk about it. I don't know. All right, we got to move on from
Benjamin is saying that that you have to move on regardless of a win or a loss.
So. A win, yes. A loss, yes. So my answer is yes.
He's saying yes.
What was the question?
I think that the answer is yes. He doesn't want you to look back no matter the result.
All right.
Tuesday.
No more recapping on Tuesday. Just for Benjamin. We have a special Benjamin feed that he picks up that only looks at the game coming up. For some of you other folks that don't have the Benjamin VIP feed, we will recap some of the games from the previous week. Chandler, do you like this Benjamin segment? This is a fun segment. Steven, you got to go. What is your excitement level for Denver Broncos football 2021? Not to look back, but, they won.
I'm honestly glad we're doing this on a Tuesday, because if you would have asked me on Monday, I would have said a 7. And, wait, now Benjamin is saying yes, look back is what I mean? Benjamin! What are you talking about? You just told us to look forward. Now you're saying look back no matter what?
Benjamin, you have turned my brain to mush. I don't understand, man. I don't know what you want from us.
It could be a total goat rodeo.
You don't want us to look back. You want us to look back. You got me turning in circles. I'm dizzy, Benjamin. Come on. Turn into Dickie V.
Why you turning?
I don't know, baby. Benjamin's got me turning into Dickie V.
Bro.
What a show. I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I don't know. I got to get out of here.
See you, buddy.
Broncos' excitement level is at a 5.
All right. Looking ahead, who you got week 2?
The Jaguars.
There you go.
But I'm very concerned that
no chance.
Letdown game.
Great pick by me, by the way, to look back for a moment, picking the Texans to beat the Jags. Is that in Jacksonville?
It is. So
Urban Meyer will probably be the USC coach by Sunday, Steven. They're going to be in shambles. You're
this
good.
is back-to-back East Coast road games, though, for Denver. Never a good thing.
Not a bad...
Although, I mean, if Trevor Lawrence can't figure out the Texans, I think Denver stands a much better chance to intercept them multiple times.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. Let's make somebody a winner, Shirley Rhodes. Could be Benjamin. Who knows? I hope it's
Booty,
Benjamin.
booty everywhere. Booty everywhere.
All right, 317-1250. Shirley, what are we giving away today?
Let's do a large 2-topping pizza from Domino's.
All right, and what caller are we looking for?
10.
317-1250. Caller 10 is a winner. We're back with more after this.
Tommy's Express Car Wash is the car wash Greenville is talking about. At the corner of Red Banks Road and Greenville Boulevard, this state-of-the-art wash will keep your car looking great. And now Tommy's has just launched its new 2.0 Tommy's Express app. And anyone who downloads the app now will receive 30 free days of washing with their top-of-the-line wash, the Works Wash. Download the Tommy's Express app now by going to your app store or visit them on location, open 7 days a week at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road.
White Claw Hard Seltzer, a wave of refreshment. Crafted using our unique Brew Pure process. Made pure. Nothing tastes like White Claw Hard Seltzer.
White Claw Hard Seltzer. Available in 5 fruit flavors, 2 grams of carbs, gluten-free, and 100 calories. Find it at whiteclaw.com. White Claw Hard Seltzer. Nothing tastes quite like it. Proudly distributed by Coastal Beverage. Please drink responsibly.
Well, the secret is out. CD's Grill has the best breakfast in Greenville. Start your day with a made-to-order breakfast Monday through Saturday at CD's Grill. Plus, you can enjoy lunch Monday through Friday. And their lunch specials are always a huge hit. Monday, it's barbecue chicken. Tuesday, pork tenderloin and gravy. Wednesday, chicken and pastry. Thursday, barbecue pork chops. And Friday, it's spaghetti. CD's Grill on Fire Tower Road in Winterville, near Evans Street. Stop by CD's Grill for the best country cooking around. The UPS store in Winterville is now open on Fire Tower Road, across from Marabella Pizza and beside Subway. Trust the UPS store in Winterville with pack and ship guarantee and same-day printing. When it comes to shipping, the UPS store in Winterville has everything you need in one place. The boxes, the packing material, and all the assistance along with on-site notary, passport photos, and business and printing service and freight. The UPS store, now open in Winterville 7 days a week. The UPS store in Winterville is your premier location. Go Pirates!
Hi, this is Jeff Charles, and welcome inside the booth. It's year 5 of the rebuild in Baltimore. It has been painful. I'll have some thoughts next.
There are lots of reasons to love the Carolinas. We have awesome beaches, beautiful mountains, great weather, friendly people. We have some of the best teams to root for and the best schools to be a part of. But the one reason above all others to love the Carolinas? Pepsi Cola. Somehow, it just tastes different here. Better. More refreshing. No one can really explain why. All we can guess is, it's better here because it was born here. Pepsi, born in the Carolinas.
Professional sports teams go through rebuilds. They can be trying and not a whole lot of fun. Exhibit A, the Baltimore Orioles, who have been awful this year. In fact, the Birds have been awful for 5 years now. That 2016 team went 89-73, the last winning record for this franchise. It's hard to recognize this organization, including the longtime broadcasters who were such a fabric for this franchise. The old pros on the radio network, Joe Angel and Fred Manfra, retired. Gary Thorne is no longer on Masson, along with veteran broadcaster Jim Hunter, and other longtime announcers are also gone. Those fans are encouraged by what they see in the minor leagues. Some scouts say they have Major League Baseball's best prospects. Perhaps the future is bright. Time will tell, but right now, this is a franchise at the bottom of the barrel. Come on back again next time, and we'll visit inside the booth.
This is John Gavigan with the Gavigan Agency. Our top priority is doing what is best for our members. Whether you are buying a new vehicle, a new home, protecting your family with life insurance, or filing a claim, our agency will be there every step of the way. Our goal is to become a trusted advisor for you and your family for all of your personal and commercial insurance needs. Give us a call in Greenville at 756-1400 for a car, home, business, or life insurance quote today, and give us the opportunity to show you the benefits of doing business with someone who cares.
Pirate Radio.
And I can promise you, there will be no quarter, ever, from ECU football. Go Pirates.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Carolina Hardscapes. Making memories with your family and friends is what life is all about. If you have a dream of having a backyard patio fireplace, pool walkways, fire pits, or more, then Carolina Hardscapes is the place to call. Get started on your dreams today at Carolina Hardscapes on Fire Tower Road, across from Bostic Sun Furniture. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. At Angel Oak, they continue to make customer service the number one priority. A local mortgage advisor is the key to your transaction success. The combination of their local team's experience and Angel Oak's wide offerings of products for standard, conventional, government, and portfolio loans has something for every financial situation. For more information, call Talbot Green, Joanne Weir, or Wanda Hager at 751-2060. And congratulations to Wayne Baker of Chakawinity. Picked up a large two-topping pizza from Domino's. Domino's of Greenville has 3 locations to take care of you every day. All 3 topping pizzas are only $7.99 each for carry-out only. Order online today at Domino's.com. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip Brock.
Back with you on Pirate Radio Live here on a Tuesday. Thank you for tuning in today and tuning into our Bud Light ECU report brought to you by Bud Light. Pick up some when you are sitting around the computer screen watching ECU football on Facebook coming up this Saturday. And that's going to be an interesting experience. I haven't even really thought about how I'm going to watch the game. We got to figure out a way to get it on the TV here. Yeah. Whether it be an HDMI or a automatic hookup or something.
There might be a Facebook Watch app that we can download or something on
Maybe
the TV.
so.
I think we can hook something up.
All right.
And how do we do that?
How about this? All right.
How about you just let me take care of it?
I'm just.
How about we got Facebook pulled up on the computer here, right?
Mm-hmm.
We got the game on.
Yep.
We've got
an HDMI cord.
No. We got somebody's phone who is recording it live video on YouTube. We put our camera on this. And we're putting it on live on YouTube on a private channel, so only we can get there, but we can watch it on TV that way. That's got to be the easiest way to do it. That would work, though, right? Technically,
it would work.
Okay,
but that's not the easiest way to do it.
I think it would be kind of hilarious. I'm just saying, if last resort, that's what we're going to do.
Last resort?
Yeah.
Not a bad idea.
Like Papa Roach once said, this is my last resort.
Mm-hmm.
That was
my
funny,
life
man.
into pieces.
What was funny?
That right there, but I'm out of laughs from that exchange with Benjamin.
We're not looking back at that exchange. Sorry. We got to look forward.
Sorry.
Although Benjamin did say he would like us to look back. I think if ECU wins, we can look back. If they lose, we can't look back.
Yeah.
And like Oasis said, don't look back in anger.
So Sally says.
Sally in the soup kitchen? Should we look back at that? Do you think Joe will call on Saturday?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I just hope we have some miscommunications in the gaps so he can call about the gaps again.
7 freaking gaps! A lot of gaps in that defense.
He said, oh, Coach, I think we're a bunch of dumbasses.
He really, went into Matt Foley there towards the end of the call. We appreciate the everybody tuning in and chiming in. It made for a good show for the listeners. Kind of rough on us, but that's part of the deal, man. I mean, we're with you before and after every game. On the Bud Light pregame tailgate and U.S. Sailor fifth quarter call-in show, it'll be no different coming up on this Saturday, where we will be. We're with you. Burgerly. We'll hear from B-Pay Saturday probably. 2 o'clock Bud Light pregame tailgate. Fifth quarter, right after the game ends, which will be 9:30-ish, 9:45 probably, the way these football games go. So we'll have a night edition of the U.S. Sailor fifth quarter call-in show, taking your calls. Looking forward to some great Familia and tiebreakers on Saturday. So
I tell you what, we have gone, and I know we'll win on Saturday with our pregame and postgame meals, but man, those first two ball games that we have had some awesome food. With tiebreakers, and man, the Warren's hot dogs last week was phenomenal. So can't wait for the Familia coming up this Saturday.
This may shock you looking at my appearance, but I had 2 sausage dogs before the game Saturday. I had 2 sausage dogs when I got home Saturday night watching football. I had 1 sausage dog on Sunday before NFL kickoff. I went 5 dogs deep in a span of, well, it was over 24 hours, I guess. Yeah, so in 24 hours, I had 5 dogs. You know why I had 5? Because that was all. There wasn't any more. I would have had more, probably.
Yeah.
Because there's a 4 o'clock game and then a night game. I got to have a dog for every game, right? But anyway, thanks to Warren's Hot Dogs. And tiebreakers as well, Domino's. Good stuff. Chad says you guys should watch the game on Facebook Live and broadcast on Facebook Live, so I can watch you guys on Facebook Live watching the ECU game on Facebook Live. That's we could do that. We need to do a football watch along at some point this season.
At some point in this season.
We'll pick a game. We've already got a watch along scheduled, and that is the East Carolina Oklahoma basketball game.
Yes, Myrtle Beach Invitational
coming up in November. Is on a Thursday, I believe, like 2 days before ECU takes on Navy later in the year.
Yeah.
So
I can't wait for that. I'm ready for watch along season again.
Watch along season will be back. Also, I think we have one planned for Cowboys Washington with myself, Billy Weaver, Brian Meador. Chandler, you'll probably be here to watch it, right?
Yes. I'll be here to watch the game, but mostly to watch you guys and y'all's reaction and y'all's interaction with each other.
And I believe I have a family obligation the Sunday of the Panthers Washington game, so I won't be able to watch that one with you. That might change, but I think for now, according to
I thought we were family.
Look, when we're here, we're family, Chandler, but I just won't be here.
It's going to be like that.
It has to be.
You don't ever turn your back on family, whatever family it is.
What are you, Vin Diesel?
That's exactly where I was going with that. Good job.
Unfortunately, I might be unavailable, or I might be. If I'm available.
If you're not, it's fine.
We'll watch the Panthers and Washington game together at some point. Right, hell, I might not be watching football by that point in the season, the way it's going right now. I might not even be a football fan anymore.
Clip, calm down, dude. We're approaching week 2.
I've been looking for. Well, I haven't been looking for, but I need some other hobbies. Sports sucks.
Golf.
It makes me mad. That is a sport. I need a non-sport. Knitting. Bunko, Shirley.
That's a sport.
It doesn't get physical.
Compete.
No.
Okay.
I want to compete.
There is a level of competition.
We have a good bunch.
It's a competition, but not a sport.
Correct.
It's a game.
It's a game.
All right. Yeah, I need to find something else other than sports. It bums me out. But it makes me so happy all at the same time. All right, let's get our final break in. We'll come back. We will wrap up a weird Tuesday edition of Pirate Radio Live and set you up for Wednesday's program. And we'll run down the guests and wrap it up when we return after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom Brown from Brown & Wood Buick GMC Truck. We've been serving the Pirate Nation in Eastern North Carolina for 83 years. We have 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 showrooms, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
This month at Brown & Wood, get an all-new 2021 GMC Terrain and save over $4,500 or 0% financing for 72 months. As always, Brown & Wood is the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty on all new and pre-owned vehicles.
We're located on Greenville Boulevard next to the Convention Center, or shop us online at brownandwoodauto.com.
Here with Mike Mullis from Fixed NC. And Mike, you were telling me the other day, people ask you all the time, I didn't know you did that. What does that mean?
You know, anything that involves property damage repair, call us first. If it's your crawl space, you've got interior humidity issues, a water loss, your ice maker line breaks, obviously fire and smoke, everybody knows we do those, but anything that involves interior or exterior property damage, we're your repair experts.
Mike, how can everybody get in touch with you?
252-999-0001 or fixednc.com.
Guess what, Greenville? Calzones are back. Community Calzone is the only restaurant in town specializing in calzones. Choose from over 50 different calzones, or you design your own with unlimited options, including vegetarian. Community Calzone also features wings, huge salads, and more. Plus, they deliver to almost everywhere in Pitt County. Located on Greenville Boulevard next to Ashley Furniture Warehouse, they're open for lunch, dinner, and late night for dine-in, pickup, or delivery. It's Community Calzone. Hey, this is Troy D., proud ECU grad from the class of '94. And if you know me, you know I love the '90s here at ECU. It was some of our glory days, including bowl games, the Peach Bowl, and even a March Madness appearance. Relive those days with my friends from Tailgate Classics. Tailgate Classics is a cool retro store with all types of merchandise, including the '90s ECU vintage tees and hats. Check out Tailgate Classics in person, 304 Evans Street, or online at shoptailgateclassics.com. Tailgate Classics, bringing back the throwbacks.
The Rick House, Eastern North Carolina's premier American-style restaurant and bourbon bar, has great specials throughout the week, like $10 Tuesdays. Get 8 traditional wings and a draft beer for just $10. Wednesday night is date night, 2 salads, an appetizer, a bottle of wine, 2 entrees, and a dessert for just $55. Friday is Smokehouse night with the best ribs and brisket around. Saturday is Italian night featuring all of our made-from-scratch pastas along with 2 glasses of wine. And on Sunday is the legendary brunch from 10 to 2. The Rick House, 710 Red Banks Road beside the bowling alley in Greenville.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Are you starting to plan your holiday travel for this year? Book today on American Airlines at PGV and enjoy the friendly convenience of flying from your local airport. American Airlines and PGV. Book today at aa.com. PGV, where the pirates fly.
Tired and sluggish? Down in the dumps? Or just have the blahs? Maybe you need to hydrate. Revive Health and Wellness on East 10th Street in Greenville offers IV hydration that can help you with lack of energy, improve your mood, assist with immunity, even fix a hangover. Locally owned and operated, the team at Revive Health and Wellness are experienced and licensed registered nurses that will assist you in preparing for your IV session. Call or text today with questions or to set an appointment with Revive Health and Wellness. 252-350-1805. That's 252-350-1805.
Ahoy, mateys! It's Captain Jack Spare of R&R Tire Express. We're here to serve our pirate community by offering easy payments for easy ownership. For you landlubbers, R&R will install a new set of tires for just $20. $50 installs new custom wheels and tires. To learn more about R&R, stop by 3920 US 264 or rnrtires.com.
This is Coach Blake Carroll, defense coordinator for East Carolina football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Carolina Hardscapes. Making memories with your family and friends is what life is all about. If you have a dream of having a backyard patio fireplace, pool walkways, fire pits, or more, then Carolina Hardscapes is the place to call. Get started on your dreams today at Carolina Hardscapes on Fire Tower Road, across from Bostic Sugg Furniture. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Taking a quick look at your stock market report for today. The Dow was down 292 points at 34,577. NASDAQ was down 67 at 15,037. And the S&P was down 25 at 4,443. That's your Wells Fargo Advisors financial report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC. Now back to you, Clip.
Alrighty, wrapping it up. Thanks for tuning in on this Tuesday. Coming up Wednesday, we'll talk a lot more Pirate football with the voice of Jeff Charles. Sorry, Benjamin. We'll look back at the loss to South Carolina and look ahead to Marshall. Also, Bryce Williams. He sent me some disappointed texts during the game on Saturday. He was watching. So we'll get his thoughts on ECU football 2021. We'll have also Wager McGee join us to get you set for week 3 of the college football season. College football heavy, ECU heavy, coming up Wednesday on Pirate Radio Live as we'll get you set for ECU and Marshall. Thanks for tuning in today. For Shirley Rhodes, Chandler Honeycutt, I'm Clip Brock. We'll see you Wednesday at 3 on Pirate Radio Live. So long, everybody.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of the voice of the Pirate Nation.